Yo, mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check. Okay, it's working now. You tapped into the flyer frequency. We back in again. Another late night pop up. If you're coming in on this on the replay, make sure you smash the like button. Smash the like button. It's very important that you smash the like button, if anything. And also give your boy some hype points. Hit that hype button. Get a video some hype points. You can't you can't hit the hype button during the live, but you can hit the hype button after the live is over. So if you're catching it on a replay, hit the hype button. It's greatly appreciated. All the support. We need all the support we can get. If you're coming in on this live, also make sure you smash the like button. The PayPal and the Cash App is going across the bottom of the screen. And also, we got a QR code up there at the top right-hand corner. And you can use your phone's camera to scan that. And that will send you straight to the Cash App if you want to support that way. That's the preferred way to get support. You know, because YouTube be taking a little 25%, 30%, whatever. But y'all already know what it's hitting for with the super chats, though. They working. So we here to talk some boxing, man. Late night. Another late night pop up. I was here earlier, but I ain't really stay long or nothing. Let me see. We got early in the building. Yo, what's good, yo?
Man, what's the word, G?
Ain't nothing, man. Same old, same old. What's good with you?
Oh, nothing much, man. Just watching that little clip, man. I think this is gonna be one for the ages right here with
What?
James Toney, his
Oh yeah,
defense.
the James Toney clip.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, man. Working with James Toney, man. What you think, man? I'm hoping that he learning some inside fighting. Adding that
yeah,
to his game.
yeah. I used to say the same thing, bro. That was my only problem with Devin Haney. Just like I told Cam J or whatever. My only problem with him is that he don't throw enough uppercuts for me, for my liking.
What
You know
Devin
what
don't?
Yeah, he doesn't. He don't throw much. He
Yeah,
don't
he
nah.
throw him sometimes, but he
He
don't.
don't throw him enough at all. He don't throw him enough for me. Like like nah.
he like them uppercuts, huh? You like to
I
see them
like them
uppercuts.
uppercuts I like them uppercuts that goes with what he already has.
Yeah, yeah, man. I think some inside game would that would do his style a lot of justice, man, because that's it seemed like that's the goal of these most of his opponents when he fighting.
Right.
They expecting him to stay on the outside and move around and stuff. And so when we get on the inside, they're expecting him to clinch and probably, the most just fight off the clinch or whatnot. But to get a little inside game, that I think that'll complement his style. You know,
Hell yeah.
Shakur got a nice little inside game. You know, so
You think so?
yeah, I think he showed that when he fought Zapata. He had to fight. He fought him like a lot on the inside. And up close.
Yeah, but me
Making him miss on
personally,
the inside and stuff.
I wouldn't think that's too much of an inside game because you got to think when he was up against the ropes, but he was also like leaning back still. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like they was like chin to
I mean, but that
chin,
was a
like ear
moment
to
in the
ear.
fight, though.
You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, I know what you mean. But that was a moment in the fight, though. You talking about when he was on the ropes and he
Oh, he
sat
was.
down on the ropes, arguably.
Yeah, he was on the rope. He was on the ropes most of that fight, doing his thing, just so he can kill that running narrative. Hell yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Shakur showed out that fight, man.
yeah. Zabata couldn't do nothing with it. So, man. I just left KMJ channel. You know the hate coalition, the Haney hate coalition, the tankomaniacs and whatnot.
Yeah, they over there ripping their shirts off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Shout out to Cam J. They
Yeah,
on them a lot of them guys over there on that panel, man. They just don't like Devin Haney, so they get
yeah,
the campaign going and they they be
yeah.
ripping
It's
their
not
shirts
hard
off
to.
over there, man.
Yeah,
Yo, what up, J Will?
yeah. One thing I will say, it ain't hard to trip them up with questions and shit. So I ain't even worried about all that. It's all good.
Yeah,
They making it sound like Roller Romero a draw over there or something. Or
crazy,
some shit.
diabolical. Like he deserved
Yeah.
50-50 split, huh?
Right. Like they talking about Haney on the undercard and he ain't selling and all this other shit, but nigga Rolly ain't never done that.
Hey,
Rolly
this
been
Coach
on
Eddie.
Rolly been on everybody's
What's
undercard.
up, brother?
Everybody.
Hey, what's going on, Coach?
Oh, nothing much, just chilling, man.
I ain't see you in a minute. Where you been?
Oh no, I be around, a few different channels and stuff, making a few stops.
Yeah.
And yeah, sometimes I had to got disappeared. You know what I mean? It's like if you don't like what you hear, there's no sense of sticking around. You know what I'm saying? Sense of going back and forth. It get a little old after a while. You know what I mean?
Ain't no sense.
Nah, just go somewhere else. If you don't like I say, if you don't like the TV channel, then change it. You know what I mean?
Change the channel.
Yeah,
Yeah, like yeah, when you it's like when you know it's not real though. That's my thing. When you know it's not
yeah.
real, like out of all these fighters that can't sell a lick, we focused on Dev. Like all these fighters, I even asked them like, who's these pay per view stars? Who's the face of boxing? You know what I'm saying? They talking about Canelo and then Tank, which he averaged only 200K pay per view buys, and it's nobody else.
Yeah,
Like you
boxing
know
was
what I'm
much better
saying?
when we didn't know all. Boxing was a lot better when we didn't know all this stuff.
You know, right? But
Yeah,
it's
right.
duck tactics. But those is duck talks that
Mm-mm.
they talking. You know that they taking from their fighters just so they won't have to jump in that ring. That's all that shit really is. Then
Well,
nobody really give a fuck about
not,
this, who's selling that until niggas started avoiding fights. That's what this shit is all
well,
about.
well, the game has changed because back then with the pay per view and stuff, the only people that really got that crazy money, you had to be a superstar. That means you had to pack the house, you had to sell tickets, you had to sell pay per views. You go back to the Mike Tyson days. And that's why he was getting $30 million a fight back in the 90s, which would probably be equivalent to about 60 today because Mike was packing the house. He was selling
Mm.
pay-per-views. The average fighter wasn't making that type of money. That type of money was all reserved for the superstars. Evander and Mike Tyson, they both made 30-something million every time they fought, pretty much. Lennox made good money. Of course, Floyd made good money. Roy made decent money. I don't think he made nowhere near no 30 million though. So it was
Yeah,
only a handful of guys
but
who made
it's a
crazy money.
handful of guys. But listen, it's a handful of guys that do what Tyson did and knock out all your competition, but somehow they ain't making all this goddamn money.
Now you
We
don't because
still
you got to
talking
put.
about we still talking about Canelo Alvarez's numbers. Like, what is we like? Come on, man.
But the
What is
model,
I
the
don't
model has
know.
changed, man. The model has changed. I mean, if you're a promoter, like Turkey came and he put the money in the game, he inserted a lot of money in the game. So it's kind of like the housing market back in the day when they had these inflated numbers, and what it did, it busted. Yeah, the housing busted, and then everything came back to reality. So when before Turkey, pre-Turkey, you got to look at what people were bringing in. That's
Mhm.
pre-Turkey. And now the market is kind of regulating itself. Now Turkey, he paying crazy money to the heavyweights. Oh, I don't know if he's doing it for real, but they're reporting these crazy numbers. But you take away Turkey, if you're a promoter, if you're running a company, you cannot afford to overpay fighters because you're gonna lose money. You're in the business to make money, not lose money, regardless of who the fighter is.
Yeah.
If that fighter's not, because people in the business to make money. If I can't afford to pay you 10 million, I can't pay you $10 million and then
See,
turn around and
but
pay your opponent
see,
five if
see,
I'm
but
only bringing in eight. I can't do
Here's
it.
my problem though. Here's my problem with this shit though. How can we even have these conversations if we don't have these fighters' numbers on the screen and how much pay-per-views that they sold and who's watching these fights? That's
Ain't
my
nobody
problem
buying
with
pay
it.
per view, brother. There ain't nobody buying pay per view.
Well, they be lying on the numbers anyway.
There ain't
But
nobody
Devin
buying
Haney
no.
going against the
Nah,
machine
it's
right now,
somewhere to
man.
find that shit. It's
It
somewhere to
ain't about
find that
even. It ain't
shit.
even
Somebody
about Devin
buying it.
Haney. Bump. It ain't even about. It's about all the fighters, not just Devin Haney.
Yeah, I'm
It,
Yeah,
talking
it's
about
yeah,
about
all the
it's
yeah, I
about
know,
fighters.
all
but
the
I
That's
was
what
fighters,
I'm
just,
man.
saying.
yeah, I was just
I'm
pointing
talking
out the
about all
fact
the
that,
fighters. Where they
yeah, I was
numbers
just
at?
pointing out the fact that Devin Haney going against the machine right now. So, it's real detrimental to him, what you talking about now, because, Devin Haney, he's not signed to a promotional company. And so, they really not vested in Devin.
And
They
that's
don't.
okay.
So
That,
basically,
that
what we're
that's
saying
that's by
is,
his own
So when
doing.
they're
hold on.
when they're trying to make a fight, they're gonna try. They're always gonna try to lowball them. They're gonna try to lowball them, do whatever they're gonna try to get
Well,
the lowest price
how
they
much
can get
money
for
did he make
Devin Haney.
last fight?
I don't know,
Huh?
but that's neither here nor there. The
We're not
point
even
is,
gonna
bro,
know this shit, but that's my whole fucking point. So if we see Devin Haney in another fight, does all this shit get put to rest?
that I don't care. If he wants to fight, that's on him, bro. I don't care what the man money the
Nah, because
man make.
that's
It
where
don't
this
matter to me.
conversation is going. It's like, oh, Devin Haney, he can't get a fight nowhere. That's basically what the narrative is. He
Well, no,
can't get no fights nowhere or
he
some shit.
can
Like
get a
what?
fight. It just ain't the type of money that he want. That's all it is. He can fight all day long. He just ain't making what he want to make.
Man, ain't
Like when you
nobody
go,
taking
I
no
mean,
slave deal
I
for
mean,
hold on, man, hold
PBC.
on, bro, hold on.
That's
But
crazy.
listen, when you go against a machine, like Bernard Hopkins did it for a long time. He was an independent guy. It took him a long time to get the type of money that he wanted. So
mhm,
when you are an independent entity operating in a business that thrives off the old hats, the suits, and the promoters, he is an outsider. Okay, he's an outsider. Now he's at the mercy because he don't fund his own fights. He's at the mercy of whoever wants to pay for that fight. That's why they have purse bids for different fights. If a
mhm,
promoter sees value in any fighter, not just Devin Haney, any fighter, he's willing to risk his own money because he sees upside in that fight. I can pay this fighter $4 million, and in return, I'll get $8 million. That's an upside. I'm
yeah,
not paying the
Well,
guy $5 million and then I'll recoup three. I'm in the red now. So it ain't nothing about Devin Haney. It's about any fighter. If you're not making these guys money, they're not interested in you. They don't care
yeah,
how
but
good
this,
you are.
but hold
They're
up,
not
but
but
hold
this
up.
the
interested in you.
thing.
Fondora just sold 40 fucking K pay-per-views. That's making
He,
money.
Hold
bro,
on, but
do we know how much money? Do we know how much he got paid? We don't know how much he got paid.
Look, how,
hold on, but
clear
this,
And for
based off of this conversation, 40K pay-per-views ain't too much of nothing.
bro, but
look, but
Fundora
this,
ain't making $20 million a fight either.
but this the thing.
He
Devin
might
Haney's
only
not
made a
asking for
million.
$20 million every fight.
Well, whatever.
Hold on, but this the thing though, Coach
What
Eddie.
the fuck?
This the thing though. I was saying that they
Who the
gonna try
fuck?
to lowball him because we let's take this last situation for instance. Devin Haney he said they it was a zero guarantee. You know what I'm saying? A zero guarantee. And they said it was sick the fight. I'm guessing the fight cost 6 million to make.
Sinking ship PBC.
So it was 6 million in expenses that had to be covered before he even start making money on the back end. And then, every dollar that he make on the back end, he had to split it 50-50 with Rolly Romero.
Cause that's
That's
a sinking
now
ship.
see now that's unusually low, Coach Eddie. Because
Yeah, exactly.
if you just look at the pay-per-views, let's say $80 a pay-per-view, because that's usually what the PBC pay-per-views has been, $80. You know what I'm saying, for pay-per-view. So they only have to sell 75K in order to get that 6 million back. So what the reason why I'm saying they lowball them, because there's no reason that they had to say that it was a zero guarantee. You know what I'm saying? They could have gave him 1 million, 1.5, or something like that. The PBC, their business model is usually giving a low guarantee and then the fighter get what they earn on the back end, from the pay-per-views or whatever. That's why they say that at the PBC you eat what you kill or whatever. So, they give you a low guarantee and then you make your money on the back end. But they talking about a no guarantee.
Because they
What
ain't got
fighter
no budget.
you
That's
know
why. They don't have a
accept
budget.
a no guarantee, a zero guarantee?
Right, because they're a
Oh,
sinking fucking ship. So
so
we gotta
I
stop
don't have any
basing this
I don't have
conversation
any
on
problem.
PBC. So
I don't have any problem with Devin not accepting the offer. That's all you do. He didn't like the terms of the offer. Okay, then move on. There's nothing else to
yeah,
talk
move
about.
on. Fuck it.
You know, like I say, Devin operates, and anybody that's independent operates as a mercenary, meaning that I sold you for hire. I'm going to the highest bidder.
Mm-hmm.
That's why a lot of fights go to purse bid, because nobody wants to bid on the fight, and then whoever wins the purse bid, that is the highest bidder. Now it's still up to that fighter to determine whether he wants to fight that fight, just like the Xander Martin with the first bid. Devin didn't like the number, so he rejected the fight. He has every right to reject the fight. Now he also has every right not to fight if he don't get the numbers that he wants.
Mm-hmm.
That's his right. He's rich. He's not broke, so he can sit on the shelf as long as he wants to till he finds a deal that he likes.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the day, while you sitting on the shelf, boxers come a dime a dozen. I'm gonna tell you what I mean by that. My trainer told me that. There's nothing special about any of these guys. If you don't want to fight, guess what they'll do? They'll sweep you to the side and they'll promote somebody else. Because boxing is about perception, and you will be an afterthought. I promise you. It's been time where Ali walked in the ring, walked into a room, and nobody cared. This is Muhammad Ali. That's what'll happen. If you don't fight, people will eventually stop caring and they'll move to the next guy. That's the risk that you run. And then when you come back, you're gonna be looking like Jamel Charlo, begging, trying to get a fight, and they're gonna laugh at you. Because
but
sports,
at the
there's
same time,
there's no fighter that's bigger than the sport. So if you don't fight, fine. We'll find somebody else that will. That's all it is to it.
at the same time, though, Coach Eddie, they can't just get anybody because
Yeah,
you
they
can't
can.
just get any new fighter and just put them on pay-per-view. It ain't gonna sell. It ain't gonna be able to make you no money.
Ain't nobody selling on pay-per-view. It don't matter.
Nobody's selling. That's what I'm
Nobody's selling. So
saying.
what are you talking
Nobody is
about, bro?
selling on pay-per-view.
So it don't
Exactly.
Wait,
That's
hold
my
on,
it
hold on.
don't
fucking
matter
point.
What y'all
then.
mean?
So,
What y'all mean?
so if
Ain't
nobody's
nobody
selling, it
selling on
don't
pay-per-view?
matter.
Ain't nobody selling. Period.
It
I
don't
just
matter.
came from over.
Wait, where
I
y'all
just
getting this
but
narrative? Why
hold
y'all
up.
think nobody ain't selling on pay-per-view?
Because ain't nobody selling. Because I just came over there from their channel. They showing me Canelo numbers from 2018. Because he sold 1
Man,
million pay-per-views. Like, ain't
all
nobody trying
these
to hear that. They
all
didn't
these
show me
streaming
nobody
sites, ain't
else's
nobody
numbers,
buying no
bro.
pay-per-views, man.
Ain't nobody, but man, these fighters ain't fucking selling like that. They say Tank is selling, but that's 200K. 200K is not good. 200K pay-per-views
I
is
don't
not
know. I'm
good.
anxious to
I
see
don't know
what
who
the
told
zone
you.
numbers is because
For
they got that
real.
deal now where
It's
you
a
pay.
package deal, so you're not gonna see what this is
Ain't
what the
nobody
zone is doing.
selling for real.
This is what the zone is doing, and it's smart. This is
For
what they're
real.
doing. They're getting a subscription base, and they're playing the volume game, and not so much trying to bust your head for every pay-per-view. We just want to get you in
Right.
the door and keep you. It's just like you running the gym. You can sell as many gym memberships as you want, because you know why? Everybody's not going to show up at the same time. You see what I'm saying? So once that's what the zone is doing. It's smart. They making $45 a month. You can watch all the boxing that you want and get all the pay-per-views. And every time we get a new subscriber, eventually, if we get just matter we get 1 million subscribers at $45 a month. That is freaking astronomical, bro. That is a huge number. It is every month. Every month. So they're not trying to bust your head for every goddamn pay-per-view. That's why everybody think everybody's going over there to the zone. That's where everybody's fighting off that platform. It's
Exactly.
only PBC, the only one that's out there on the island by themselves. Everybody else is going over there.
That's what I'm saying. That's what makes this whole
Yeah, but the
conversation
thing,
so fucking
how you
goofy.
think that worked though, Coach
Hold
Eddie?
on. But that's what makes this whole conversation goofy, because they are on the island by themselves and they can't even stay on one goddamn platform. They
But
just
hold on,
let they
but
just
hold on.
lost.
Let's not go past that point right there though. How you think that worked though, Coach Eddie? When they get you get the base cost of the zone, but then they make you pay extra what is it,
$20,
$15 or whatever, and then you get
$20,
all the
something like
pay
that.
per views.
It's
Yeah,
a
it
good
makes
deal.
it. Yeah, so you pay an extra $15 and you get all the pay-per-views or whatever. But what do you think the network does in order to compensate to pay off the fighters for that?
Man, they got sponsors, man.
They put money. So I'm saying that, but the network is the network supposed to pay for the fight or what?
Talking about the
Like
Zone Network.
that's the part we don't know. We don't know the details of what the network gives them or whatever, what they pay for or whatever, the
I really
funds
don't
that
care
they
though.
have available and all of
I
that.
don't care though,
It's a
bro.
See, the
That's the
whole lot
thing.
we
PBC,
don't
the
know.
BBC is not doing theirs that way. The
Right.
PBC not on the zone though, right?
Yeah, they don't
Yeah.
have a business. They don't have a budget. They on
Yeah,
Amazon
that's so
Prime.
theirs is a little bit different, than the zone fights and
Hey,
stuff, so
hey,
it's different.
can
They
I
got a
tell you? Can
network
I tell
deal.
you where most of these subscription come from though? It come from that soccer. So like they gonna be good. They can do that because they got soccer backing them. Everybody can't do that.
What happened? Oh, Coach Eddie bounced.
But anyways, man, let's get back to we can get back to the fighting shit. I think James Toney is a great trainer for Devin Haney, man, for real. And these upcoming fights, you know what I'm saying? That's trouble. That's trouble for a lot of cats out here, whether they want to believe it or not. So I love it. I love it.
Yeah, yeah, man. Like I said, I'm hoping that. Oh, Coach Eddie back. Like I said, I'm hoping that he's picking up an inside game. From James Sony, learning that. Because I think that'll benefit Devin. Being that he fights on the outside. People expecting him to move around and fight from the outside and not really do no inside work unless he fighting off the clinch or whatever. I think that'll be a good addition to his fight game. I think it'll make him better for sure.
It's gonna be hard to implement that in there at this stage in his career. He's been fighting that same way since he was a kid. And one thing that requires is that you have to. I'm not saying he doesn't have a chin, but you have to trust your chin. And you have to trust your ability to take punches, and you got to be willing to stand in there. You have to have a willingness and a certain mentality that you're okay with getting hit and rolling a shot to come back. Because James
Mm-hmm.
Toney would sit in the pocket, he would take a shot, rubberneck it, turn his head, and come right back. Boots does that. You go
Just
watch
like
Boots.
Boost do.
Boots is
I be trying to.
comfortable sitting in the pocket. Devin Haney is not comfortable sitting in the pocket.
I be trying to
Xander is
explain
not.
that to people about
Yeah,
Boots, man. They be talking about Boots get hit a lot, and I be trying to explain to them,
He
yo,
do.
Boots do he does that. It's like he does that on purpose. That's how that's his part of his fighting style. He'll just turn with the punch to take some of the steam off it, so he could come back with a counter shot.
Well, he gets hit a lot because he don't keep his fucking hands up. That's
no, he
all.
doesn't get hit.
He gets
Today's the green.
comfortable.
Stop. Hold on one
He
second.
gets
Let me.
comfortable.
This is the narrative right here. See, but this is what happened on YouTube. They'll start something and people run with it.
No,
Getting hit a
I'm
lot.
watching it on film.
Now,
I'm seeing it
hear me
on
out. Hear me out.
film.
Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. And then Jared Hurd gets hit a lot. Hit a lot. That's getting hit a lot. Shadeja Green last night got hit a lot. She got punched on. Javon, he doesn't get hit a lot. He gets hit, but it's not a lot like people are trying to make it out to be. You acting like this man is going out there getting punched in the face 30 times around, and he's not. It may be 4 or
He's getting
5
hit
shots.
flush. I'm just saying what
It's
I'm
not a
seeing on
lot,
these
bro.
films, man.
It
Nah,
is not.
come
No,
on
when
now.
you say
You
it
can.
is
What
not
up,
a lot of.
coach?
He's not getting punched a lot. He's not
Hey,
getting
Andre,
punched a
coach.
lot.
I'm just
Andre,
What's up?
saying. I'm
Hey,
just saying
coach,
if
you
he
at a
gets some.
Hanos meeting, man. What you doing here, man?
Hey, I ain't got no. What you talking about? Ain't those meetings? You know,
This,
Hey,
I'm
hey,
just
this
here
a
to get.
Hanos meeting, coach.
I'm here to bring some. I'm here to bring some balance, bro. You know what I
let me
mean? I
Yeah,
Nah,
mean,
Coach
coach,
I
you know
Eddie
I
the
fuck with you,
OG,
coach.
man.
You
yeah.
Coach
know I
Eddie
fuck
the
with you,
OG,
coach. Hey,
man.
Dre, you made it over here, huh?
yeah, I got the link or whatever. But my thing is,
Yeah,
yeah,
hey,
my
this
thing
the
is
Hanos
though.
hideout, man. Hang out, man.
But
You know
yeah,
what
my
this
thing
is.
is though, he just cannot. Boots cannot give Xander them same opportunities that
nah,
all them other
but,
guys got to hit Boots upside his
but he's
fucking
not
head. That's
getting
all I'm
hit that
saying.
much though. Like, if you look at his plus minus, he only getting hit like 6 times around. That's the same thing around Devin Haney. Like, they don't get hit that much. You just focus on
And
the
he's taking
punches you
more punches,
give.
and he's taking more chances too, landing a whole lot more. So he's
Yeah,
getting
he
hit a
is
lot
taking
less
chances.
and
He's
landing a
definitely
whole
taking
lot
chances.
more.
He's
Landing a
definitely
whole lot
taking
more
chances.
punches.
Yeah.
So what are we talking about here? See, that's a
Man, I'm
that's the
talking
narrative.
about. I'm
Go
talking about
watch.
these.
You
I'm
want to see
talking
somebody
about
get
this
punched
guy
on?
that got
Go watch
30.
Jared Hurd. No, you want to see somebody get punched on? Go watch Jared Hurd. That's
Man,
what
but hold
getting hit a
on,
lot.
man.
or
God
you go
damn. Hold up. My
or
thing
go
is,
watch
bro,
Matias.
he got 35 fights, and we only can watch about 5 of the motherfuckers on YouTube anyway.
Who Jared Hurd?
Nah, Jerron Boots Ennis.
Oh, Boots.
No, you got to watch Matias, man.
No, you gotta watch. You gotta watch the. You want to see Boots' best work? You gotta watch Roman Villa.
That nigga Villa wasn't doing shit.
You go
Man,
watch
that was a
He
good
You go
ass
watch
couldn't
fight
do
Sergey
too.
nothing.
Lipton.
That's
But the
why he
thing
wasn't
about it
doing that.
is,
He's too busy getting punched on. That's why he ain't do nothing.
He beat the. Oh no, and
who's too busy
Stanionis.
getting
You want to
punched
watch his
on?
best work? Go look at
I'm talking about
Stanionis.
Roman Villa.
He just
Yeah,
walking right in the
Roman Villa.
boots. He just
Yeah,
marching
but the
right
thing
to
about that,
boots.
like you take Usa Lima. Usa Lima goes to distance with Xander in a competitive fight.
Nah, I don't know about that one. But
Bro,
okay.
I don't seen this dude go to distance with people that like Garcia. Garcia was a freaking layup. He went to distance with this
Garcia
guy.
who?
He was competitive. The dude that he
Garcia
won the
who?
belt from. The dude or Perez, whatever, whoever he won the belt
You
from,
talking about You talking about the
whoever
kid?
Xander won the belt from.
We
It
not
was, it
about
was a
to sit
Abbas
up
layup.
here and
Abbas
act like
Farouk?
Boots is
No,
fighting
it was
Corey killers.
somebody else. It was the first belt.
Oh, the
You talking
first
Man,
about
we're
belt.
not about to
Perez?
sit up here and
I
act
think
like
it was
Boots is
Perez.
fighting these killers now.
Perez.
Let's
Yeah,
not
but
do
y'all,
that.
The
this is the
killers
thing
won't
though.
fight him though.
Come on, man.
Everybody's pointing out that Boots ain't fighting no killer by just glazing over the fact that Xander has fought absolutely nobody. And those are facts.
What
Yeah,
Dre?
I'm
What
saying
Dre?
but you saying it, but it goes both ways. You
What
defending
what
Boots, but
Dre
it
look?
goes both ways.
What Dre look? Boots got two things working against him, and I'll just say,
Yeah, he's
my
black
boy
and he's
Sly.
southpaw. Same thing as Marvin Hagler. That's what it is. And then you got his own
Hold
black
on,
people
coach.
who want
Damn,
this
we
brother to
both finna say
lose.
two.
I
They
think
want
he
him to
better.
lose so they can be right.
No,
Hold
no,
on, coach.
They
look,
rather for Boots to lose so they can be right on
Hold
YouTube,
on,
which is
coach. I'm
What
trying
diabolical.
to
what
hear
is
him.
supposed to lose?
What up?
Hey,
So
What up?
slow,
What
Hold
up?
slow,
What up?
on,
slow
coach.
down, coach.
no.
Hold
I'm
I was
from
on,
just gonna
Philly.
coach.
say
I'm a
that.
Boots fan over here. You know what I'm
Hold
saying?
No,
on.
I was just gonna say.
Hold on, but coach,
Yeah,
coach,
hold
you know
on,
what I want to,
coach.
I want to say too, coach. There's nothing wrong with us cheering on our black fighters, but sometimes that's all we look at. We just support them because they're black, regardless
Right,
of
and
the
that's
skill set.
bullshit.
And we can't do that either. We have to look at the skill
No,
set.
I
We
can't.
got to
No, you
hold on,
can't.
hold on,
I'm gonna
hold
do
on,
what I
coach.
want to do. I'm gonna support my
No.
black fighters.
Listen,
So
coach.
you do it.
I'm not going
You do
in.
what you
I'm not,
do. I'm
coach. I'm not
supporting
telling
black
you that,
fighters.
coach.
Go
Hold
ahead
on.
and
I'm
do
not
that.
telling you that. I'm not telling you
Go
that.
ahead.
I'm not telling you that. I'm with it, right? I'm with it. I understand. I support every black fighter in the game, including Tank Davis. I always support. But
Wait a
just
minute,
because,
man.
well, hold on. Just because, listen, y'all, listen. Just because I support a fighter, I still have to look at the work and everything that the fighter does. I can't just look past what has been done and not been done. And we have to remember that 90% of the Puerto Ricans are like 60% black in themselves.
Let's talk
So
about it.
so we really gonna say we supporting black fighters, then we supporting both fighters. You know what I mean? None of us in America are truly black. We all have some percentages of whatever they want to call it, but hey, it is what it is.
Xander's not Afro Latino. He's
Yeah,
Okay.
What you
I can't
mean
rock with.
not truly black? You mean
no,
not
no.
fully not?
Not
Puerto Ricans have different. They have different sectors. They
Yeah,
have the
I can't rock
Spaniards.
with you on that, Clay, because I've been in
They
them
do have
rooms.
Spaniards, bro. They got
Yeah.
Spaniards, and then they have black Puerto
No,
Ricans. They
no,
got
I'm
no,
Afro
saying,
the
I'm
Latinos,
saying
and they
most
have
of
regular
them.
Latinos.
I'm saying most of
Canary
them. I'm
Island,
saying,
Canary Island, although it is a part of Spain, it's still on the coast of Africa.
Right.
But we can go a different way. I'm not here to do a history lesson, coach. I'm just saying generally,
Yeah,
right?
we
Yeah,
ain't
let's get
trying.
back to
But
the
This
fight.
ain't
you look at
geography.
you
Get
look
your
at the
ass up
man's
under that.
skin. Ain't
all
nobody gonna
Go
I'm
get
mistake
saying
back
Xander
to
for being
boxing.
black.
All I'm saying
Xander
is
they ain't gonna
skill.
mistake him for being
Listen,
black.
I'm gonna take a phrase. I'm gonna take a phrase from a couple of fighters. Skill pay the bills, bro. Thank you, Bill Haney. And
I'm
I'm just gonna tell you this: Xander's got the skills. Doesn't mean that I think he's gonna win. I'm not gonna say that. He does have the skills.
all right. Let me talk to my
I
boy
think
Dre,
Boots.
man.
I think we look at Boots, and we always say Boots is great because we look at his athleticism, but we forget about the flaws he does. He has a lot of flaws, and when you have
Right.
a boxer in the ring that's able to follow a game plan and execute his game plan, then we have to question how this fight's going to look. At the end of
What
the
about
day,
that? What about Xander's flaws? See,
Well,
okay,
coach, no,
all I'm hearing is Boots flaws. That's all I'm hearing.
yeah,
Boots
no, that's
flaws.
cool.
Hey,
Boots flaws.
Confetti,
everybody,
I
Nobody
don't
ever
be
brings
seeing
up
all these
them
flaws they
gaping
be talking
holes that
about, man.
Xander has in this game. That's all I'm hearing.
Xander has good fundamentals,
Well, look,
and he
coach.
keeps his
But it,
fucking hands up.
I
Let
don't
me
be
talk to
seeing
my
all
boy
these
Dre, man.
flaws
This
y'all
this
be
this
talking
this
about,
the
though.
problem.
Boost be out here
This
cooking
the
these
real
dudes,
problem,
man.
bro.
I ain't never see Boost go through
yeah,
no.
but
We
again,
ain't never
you're
see Boost face no adversity, man. And y'all talking
right.
about all
Oh,
these flaws that he got.
exactly
Boost
frequent.
running through these dudes,
Exactly
man.
frequent. We haven't seen him face
Just
adversity.
like Bud used to do, man.
We
he's
haven't seen
Just
running
like
through these
Bud
guys
all over
for a
again.
reason. He's running through these
okay.
guys for a reason. That's
Yeah,
why he's
because
Hey,
they're
running through them.
coach.
D-level fighters.
Hey,
D, not A, not B, not
But
C.
the thing about
D
D-level
it,
fighters.
D
okay,
level
now hold on
fighters,
one
man.
second. But
D
in my
D.
opinion, Xander goes everybody that Boots running through. Xander goes the distance with these guys, and it's
No, he don't.
competitive.
Okay,
No, he
because
But
he's a
don't.
that's your
boxer.
opinion.
No, he
That's
don't.
my opinion.
No, he
That's
don't.
my.
Yeah,
You
that's
have
I
your
know
your
he's
opinion.
good, but
That's
he's a
my
boxer,
opinion.
opinion.
right?
Yeah,
He's a boxer, and that's what boxers do. They use their
exactly.
craft. Everything's not
So
about the boxing is a mental game, coach. You know, you box and you know, and you coach, right? You know it's a mental game. You can get him up out of there. There's nothing wrong with that. But to beat a guy mentally and keep him going mentally, he defeats himself in the ring as an opponent, and that's the
yeah,
key to
No,
game.
no.
and
Oh,
knockout
okay.
artists get they
Hold on one second.
hold up, y'all,
Let
hold
me
up,
say
hold
You
up,
something real
hold
tell
up,
quick.
me.
Go
y'all.
ahead, bro. I want to
But
say
hold up,
something.
but knockout artists gets they ass whooped the most in boxing.
Exactly.
Once they start going up in
You
levels.
acting like Boots can't box, though. That's what y'all tripping
I
me out.
didn't
Like
say
acting like
Yeah,
this man
y'all
can't
nobody
tripping.
said
Y'all
box,
that,
bro.
bugging,
coach.
bro.
No one
Tell
Y'all
him,
said
coach.
that.
stop, bro.
Dre, this is my thing that I'm trying to get out. You know, when you go backwards, bro, and you look at Boots, Philadelphia, they hype Boots up. You know what I mean, and rightfully
Everybody do,
so.
Damn, bro,
man.
that's
They
crazy.
they hype Boots up, and it kind of disservices him because when he has to have a tune up or when he has to fight a C-level fighter,
Yeah.
it makes him look crazy and stuff because
D
they hyping
level.
him up. So it messes with him his image. But I have never seen a guy with that much talent from the eye test that has not done good. So I expect him to do good, even though he is super hyped and he does got all this questions. I don't think that talent will ever be denied. Like right now, like next three
Mhm.
years, I think he'll be okay.
I'm
I
gonna
think
Wow.
he'll
say
be
something.
okay.
I
Yeah, he
think
Well,
gonna be
ask
okay.
Paul Williams
Larry.
that
Hold
question.
on. Larry Merchant. They did the same thing. Right now, we're turning into. I'm gonna tell. I'm being honest, man. A lot of people on YouTube are turning into a bunch of Larry Merchants. They did the same thing
Bro,
to
it's okay
Roy
to bet
Jones
against
Jr.
your favorite fighter. It's okay, bro. It's
No,
okay.
no,
It's
no, bro.
part
I'm
of the
just
game.
saying. Everybody. This is what I'm saying. When you got somebody who's really, really talented and showing them
Blaze,
passing the
that's
eye
you,
test,
Blaze?
whatever, we put that person under a microscope,
But we gotta.
and we
We
try,
don't know
and
that.
we try.
I
Hold
don't
on,
know
brother.
that shit.
Hold on, brother. And we try to
Let him
dissect
land.
them, and we
Let
try
him
to
rock.
break them down, and we try to point out every little thing. But the thing is, you got to put them under a microscope to do that.
I
Now,
don't. I
I
don't. I
hear
everybody,
you.
don't
all
know.
I
I
hear,
hear
Hold
you,
on.
all
Hold
bro.
I
on. Hold on.
hear,
Yeah.
Let me
all
say
I
this.
I
hear
I
don't
is
don't
know.
know.
boost this, boost that, boost got
Time out.
holes, boost
Time
got
out.
this. Ain't nobody talking about all them gaping holes that Xander got. How Xander, when he get uncomfortable, his first instinct is to grab and hold and look at the
Okay.
clock.
This the
You
Isn't
know,
that
ain't
part
difference.
of the
nobody
But
boxing
talking
haven't
about.
they
though?
Ain't
used?
nobody
First
talking
time
about
you
how
around
Xander get
though.
punched on. Ain't nobody talking about how this dude get hit flush.
Who did he
Ain't
hug
nobody
on?
talking
What
about
fight was
none of that.
this?
It's,
Hold
it's
on.
What
all
fight was
about the,
this?
the, the
What
star
Isn't
fight
fighter.
was this?
Let's
Can I
put
say
him
isn't that
under the
this?
part?
microscope.
I
What
got
what
Boost
fight was
stopping
Yeah,
this?
him
but
in the
hold
eighth
on,
round,
What
coach.
bro.
fight was this?
Coach, isn't that part of boxing though?
Hold on. What fight was this? What fight was this that you talking about?
I
What you
don't know.
talking about?
Anyway, coach, that's part of boxing, right?
Oh, that's what I thought.
Clinching is
That's
part of
what I
boxing,
thought. That's
right?
why we can't
Oh, you,
talk
oh, you talking
about
about
his
the Garcia
flaws.
fight? What you
No,
talking about?
I'm asking the question. No, I'm just
Yeah,
saying
what
clinching.
fight you talking
All
about? I'm gonna go look it up right now.
Yeah,
right.
go look it up. I want go look at the Garcia, the one that he won the first belt. He started holding and grabbing in the third round.
He got a first
Okay.
He was getting
name.
the winner, whoever he won the WBO belt from.
Just put Zayas
What's his
versus
name?
Garcia.
Perez or Garcia? One of them
I
dudes, man.
feel for
Okay, I'm
Garcia
gonna look it up
Perez.
when he's.
It's
I'm gonna
actually
look it up when
Garcia
I
Yeah,
get
Perez.
go
done
check it
watching this
out. Go
lesson.
check it out. See,
I'm
tell
But
me
gonna
what you
check it
think. Go
out.
check it out.
look, no
Hold on,
I'm
one's
gonna
Ray.
check it
saying.
Ray.
out.
Ray. Let me say this.
Go ahead.
Didn't I say last week? Because I don't know if Coach Eddie had been around. I said last week he need to learn how to clinch properly because he don't know how to clinch properly. We
Right.
like I don't think like you hearing us criticize Boots. Well, we criticize Xander too. We say the nigga get tired after the
Yep.
seventh round, his gas tank start filling. So I
Yep.
don't think you've been around us hearing us criticize him. That's what I'm saying. We just don't be talking about.
Nah, I ain't talking about you. I'm just talking about right now. They're
Boot.
not just this channel, but
Yeah,
all over YouTube.
yeah, I hear you.
Everybody has Boots under a microscope, and
OG
this
and
It,
we
have
looking
they
at
have
it
him
was
wrong.
just
elevated
no.
That's because
Xander.
he's the bigger
Well, he
star.
not
Nah,
right,
these
dude.
YouTube channels,
Hey,
YouTube
Coach
channels.
Eddie,
Hold up, hold up.
they try to tell me that Boots faced adversity when he fought Karen. I'm like,
Hey,
how? Like
Flyer,
what?
No, that's
Flyer,
because he's the
Flyer.
bigger star.
Nah, y'all looking at it wrong, man. It's just like when Brian Norman Jr. did his thing and fought Devin, man. This is how fights, the good fights we want to see, is
Yeah,
like that. One thing about it, Boots got all this credit. So that too rich. That's why he's getting under the microscope. And I just
yep.
want to give a
Right.
shout out to you, OG, as our
That's not
elder.
too
Yeah.
rich.
We
That's
hear
Coach
you.
Eddie.
Oh, that's Coach Eddie. Yeah, Coach Eddie too. No, for sure. Coach Eddie, most definitely for sure
See, but
down there in
hold up
Georgia.
though.
Hey, bro. Hold
But
on
the
real quick.
thing is though,
Let Blaze
hold
let
on,
Jump in
hold
Blaze
on,
real
hold
finish.
on.
quick
Let
and
me
let,
finish.
let me
Check
just cook
this
real quick and
out.
get out the way.
Hold on,
Hold on real quick.
let Blaze finish, y'all. Let him land
Yeah,
his
let me
plane.
just be
I'm
quick.
gonna go
Let me be
next
real
then.
quick. Hey, man, listen, man. We need Xander to be everything we see he is and think he is. We want this to be a good competitive fight because that's the thing with Boots is Boots don't never get to test. Now
Right.
Boots gets to test with a fighter who got high IQ, who boxes, right, and who's been athletically more gifted than almost all of his opponents. His only adversity came with a boss, and I'm watching this tape right now, and it's like I think he put the weight on for a boss. So it's like, hey, man. Let's let this joint. Let's just appreciate what we're seeing right now. That young boy's undefeated at 23 years old, and he went and fought for both of those titles too. Let's be
Exactly.
clear. And he
Now
and he
my
ain't had a look real quick, and I'm gonna let my plane right here. He ain't had a close fight until the Abbas. Everything else was by KO or unanimous decision, bro. Ain't he been winning in the amateurs? So I want to leave it right there because I got boost by decision. But man, I want this to be a high IQ chess match. I want a rematch. I want a trilogy. I'll let
Yep.
my plane right there.
I
now
don't.
my
I want
thing
my dog. I
is
want my man to
now
run
what
through him.
but hold up, hold
I
up, hold
want
up,
him to
hold up.
run through him just like toilet paper. Keep
But
it
hold up,
moving.
hold up,
If
hold
he
up, hold up,
can, if
hold
he
up,
can, OG,
hold up,
and then he
man.
gonna be legend.
Hold up. I want to say this. The thing is, the reason why everybody's saying all these flaws about Boost is because they know for a fact that Xander is better than Karen Turkichan. And if you look at them fights, the first fight he did a lot of moving, and that's where you saw Boost struggling against moving. So
Nah,
then in the
no, he
next
wasn't
fight,
Oh,
struggling in
hold
that
up,
let him
hold
fight.
rock.
up,
Let
hold
him
up,
rock.
hold
Let
up,
him rock.
hold
Yep,
up, hold
yep,
up. And then
yep.
the
But
next
that's what I
fight,
want to respond to.
hold up, hold up. And then the next fight, Karen did less moving and he tried to put in some offense. See, that's the thing with Turkichan. He can move, but he doesn't know how to put the offense to go with that. So he tried to put the offense with that in the second fight and got cooked. That's what we're seeing.
Well,
But
Dre,
I
Xander's
have a
better than
question.
Turkichan.
How do you
But
know
Boost
that?
beats
How do you know
Xander
that
because
Xander's
he
better
beats
than a
Karen, though.
300
Nah,
fight amateur Ukrainian? How do you know? How do we know
listen.
that?
How you know
Because
what?
Because
What you
hold on, I
say?
want to say something because Xander, his amateur success was in the JOs. Okay,
Yeah.
this man right here, Kevin, had 300 amateur fights in the Ukrainian. Now, when it comes to Lomachenko and Usyk, we praise the Ukrainians. We say they're great fighters. This man had 300 amateur fights. He has a much deeper resume in the amateur division than Xander does. Like I say, Xander's work in the amateur was done as a JO. Let that
and that's
sink
what
Hey,
in.
I don't.
and
He he didn't he
last I
didn't
checked,
fight
Xander got a.
he
Listen,
didn't fight
let
many
me let
grown
you
men.
finish.
He didn't fight
Hey,
many
last.
grown men. He turned professional at the age of 16. He was
Hey,
Let's
learning
not
on the
Flipper.
make
job.
this.
That's why.
Let's
That's
not
not
That's
the
make
why
this
his
an
fight.
hold
amateur
on, wait a minute. Hear me out.
conversation. This
That's
ain't an
why he
amateur
that's why his
conversation.
resume looked like that
This ain't
in the
an
first
amateur
15 fights, but he
conversation.
was
Hey,
still learning on the
hold on.
job.
This
Hold
ain't
on,
an
real quick,
amateur
real quick. No,
conversation,
no, we
man.
ain't talking about amateur, but it makes.
No,
Listen,
no, it is.
listen.
Hold
Last
on,
I checked,
stop.
hold on, hold on, hold on,
We
hold on.
can't hold on, brother. We can't negate the amateurs because the amateurs will help you in the pros. If you're a good amateur, a great amateur, you probably most of the time you'll be a good pro. You'll be a
I'm
good
just
pro
waiting on
most
him
of
to
Usyk,
the
get
time.
a belt
Well,
Usyk,
in, and
Boots
then he
lost.
gonna
Loma,
Well,
have one.
we
Boots
know
lost
that.
to fucking Gary Russell Jr. or Aunt Gary one of them boys
Man,
in the
listen,
amateurs.
listen,
We can't
listen.
talk
You
about
missing
the
it.
amateurs.
He didn't have 300 fights, homie. Hey, check this out though, real quick. Kid
Man,
Boots
fuck
is
the
the reason.
amateurs.
No, no, no. Listen, the reason why Boots is gonna beat Xander is because of the Kieran fight. Because one thing about it is with that is like, yeah, he didn't have a punching power,
Well,
but it was like he was a boxer and he make you think. And one thing about it, you go back and watch that fight, man, he won every round. He had to
but
stalk that boy.
but Blaze,
he was literally punching over
Karen
himself
had
because
no
that
Blaze,
boy didn't
offense
want to
with him.
engage.
Blaze.
Exactly. That's the
Let
whole
me
point. So what
Blaze.
I'm trying
The
to tell you
problem,
is he'll
Karen
win
had
every
no
which
offense.
way.
He
Blaze.
could move, but no
But
offense.
but
That's
Yeah.
what
Blaze,
we're talking about.
I agree with
Yeah.
I agree
Xander
with
got
that.
offense and
I
movement.
agree with that a little bit, Blaze. But here's where I disagree. Because we've seen that exposure, we've seen the frustration. So I
Right.
think it's so much of a Xander being able to try to frustrate or create a problem for Xander. I'm sorry for Boots, and that can be the catalyst of this fight. Now, again, I'm not taking nothing away from Boots. I think Boots' athleticism is everything. But we have to look at the Paul Williams situation. Great welterweight, moved up, got a couple wins, and then got up there and got knocked out, bro. It is what it is. It's not because we thought
That's
Sergio
a bad
Martinez.
comparison.
Hold on, no, listen, no, because Paul Williams was living on size and talent. He wasn't living on boxing. He was a great
Man,
boxer.
Paul Williams' defense was trash,
But he
bro.
wasn't
Listen, man.
athletic like that. He wasn't
That's
athletic
okay.
like
You don't
Boots.
have to be athletic like that. My point
Wow,
is, he was
bad comparison.
Paul Williams. Listen, Paul Williams was a great fighter. Regardless, people was giving him accolades. People were telling that a lot of fighters were ducking him. He got up there and got up with a number one contender, and as a champion, went up there and lost, bro. He lost to a guy that nobody expected him to lose to. That was a good boxer. Why?
That's a bad
Because
comparison. Stop.
And
We
so
can't do that. We can't
because
compare
so
Paul Williams
Dre.
was
I'm gonna tell
a
you. Hold
volume
on.
puncher, bro.
Because
He
of
was a volume puncher.
because
What are you
of
talking
volume
about, man?
because of volume punching and lack of defense. Boots sometimes shows lack
That's
of
not
defense.
Boots. That's not Boots.
Hold on. Look. I let y'all land
Oh
your
man,
planes. I'm just saying.
But it's
Boots
not
man.
shows a lack.
it's not a
Yes, he
good
does. He shows a
example,
lack of
Ray.
defense when he gets overconfident and he sits there and he wants the fighters to punch on him because he wants to use athleticism. He
That's
wants to
true.
showboat.
That's
That show
facts.
to that show shit will get you clipped. And
That's
that's the thing
facts.
with Boots. That's the only problem I have with him. Besides him standing wide the way he does, he has like a weird stance sometimes when he stands too wide because he's a switch hitter, and it helps him use both hands. But that
What
can
about
get him
Xander?
caught at the same time. You know
Now,
what I mean?
No,
Like,
this
now do the
okay,
same thing with Xander. Do the same thing you do with Xander that you just did
okay,
to Boots. Do the
cool.
same exact
no,
thing.
coach.
Oh,
I just want to
We
know
got Xander winning.
Ray
Fuck all
Davis,
that.
I ain't got Xander with it, bro.
Ray
Oh,
Davis
Anything
and
possible.
Dre.
I got Xander
All
winning.
right, Dre.
That's
So look, if Boots stopped that dude in the 8th round, you gonna come on this panel
Nigga, I
and
don't
say
run
the
for
truth?
panels. It's just the internet, man. My
All
guy's Devin
right.
Haney. I ain't worried about none of that shit. I ain't worried
get this
about none
I'm
guy
of
a
just
that
quote.
saying.
shit.
Get frequent.
So
Get
I'm
him a
saying,
shirt, bro.
what kind of credit you gonna give him though? You know what I mean?
I
Because you
give him some
saying he
nice
gonna
credit.
lose.
But hold
You
up, hold
saying
up,
he
hold
gonna
up.
lose.
Hold up. I'm gonna give him some nice credit because from what I see from Xander, I really love that shit. So
Oh, I
he has
respect it
no
then.
choice. He has
I
no choice
respect it.
but to get credit from me.
And
I
then let me
love
ask
what
you
I'm seeing
this.
from Xander's
And then let
eyes.
me
I
ask you
love
this,
it.
Dre.
What
Exactly.
up?
I love what I
Just
see from
because
Xander too.
And Xander fights like Devin. That's crazy. Not so
and
much
then
No,
to
let
we
me
say
ask you
that.
don't.
this,
No, we
Dre.
Not
don't.
really.
They
No, he
fight
X,
don't.
very
no, we
He
similar.
don't.
don't.
No,
Yeah,
no,
they
He
fight
don't
Rex,
fight
very
like
Rex.
similar.
Devin.
No, he
Listen,
don't. No, they
they
don't.
fight very
He
similar
don't
and they
fight
He
like
fight
doesn't
Devin.
very.
fight like he doesn't fight
Hold
like
on.
Devin,
He
right?
don't fight like Devin. He don't
Listen, they
fight like
fight
Devin.
very similar. Yes, they okay.
They don't fight like Devin. Trust me.
Okay,
I'm a
game.
Devin
They
Haney
don't
guy.
fall. They don't fall game plans. They don't both
I'm
follow
a
Bro,
game
listen.
plans.
yeah,
Yeah,
they
but
follow
they
They're
game
not
use
plan,
both.
but
but
Hold
it's
they
on.
more
use
to it.
sound
They're not
outside
both
of the
Ray
front
Davis.
It's
fighters.
more to it
Hey,
than
Ray
that.
Davis.
I
I
not.
bought
Hold
Xander
on.
throws more punches. Xander throws more punches than Devin. So that's
That's
Okay.
a
true.
lot more
it's
punches.
more
Yeah,
Hey,
I'm a
A lot
aggressive.
more
Haney
action.
guy.
Yes.
Haney don't
hey,
fight
Ray
like Xander
Davis.
at all.
I bought Andre to the Hanos clan. You see that? I'm recruiting the Hanos clan members,
Yeah,
man.
Hey,
you get a
Phase, you got a
star. You
real
get a
one.
star in your
Phase, you
jacket,
got a real one.
Faves.
Y'all
Yeah.
got a real one over here.
Put a star on my jacket, my nigga.
I
Man,
got you.
phase. Put your shirt
Yo,
on, phase.
Phase,
Put your
you
shirt
get a
on.
logo. Phase, you get a logo now, man. You
Phase
got to
we
drop
got
the.
Nah,
back.
You
phase.
got to
Put
drop
your
the
shirt
email in
on.
the chat.
Hey,
Hey,
Phase was
Flyer,
starting to
I
get
want a
jumped.
Rolex. Flyer, I want a Rolex, man. Stop playing. I'm just
Man,
playing.
phase out there recruiting ain't no clan naked.
Yeah.
Come on,
Yo,
man.
Phase, drop the email in the chat in private chat, bro. We gotta get you your
Hey,
logo.
yeah, give me a logo, man. I'm gonna
Go
build
ahead.
that motherfucker. I'm gonna get it put on the jacket and everything, man. Stop
Word.
Man,
playing.
phase,
Yes,
shut your
sir.
lying
Hey,
ass up,
Hey,
phase.
can I say something real quick? I'm not saying this applies to any guys on the panel, but what I'm seeing is I think a lot of people are hedging their bets. They want to point out all these flaws in
yeah,
Boots, just in case Boots
You
lose.
absolutely
They can
right.
say,
Man, shut
"Hold
that
on,"
soft
they can
shit
say,
up.
"I was
yeah,
right." They can say,
yeah,
"I was
yeah,
right." That's all they're doing.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
like,
Nah,
No,
yeah,
we
it
ain't
man,
doing that
bro.
over here though.
Hey,
I
coach.
said I didn't say anybody on this panel. I
No, I
said,
know
but
what you. I know
what
what you're
I'm
talking about.
saying, a lot of people
Man,
do that. A lot of people do
put your
that
shirt
just so they
on.
can sound,
Put your shirt
just so
on.
they can sound. Bro, who is this? Who is this I'm talking about?
Hold
Relax.
on,
Let
Hold on,
coach
y'all.
talk.
man.
Let
Hold
coach
on,
say
watch
some
man.
respect
film.
to coach, man.
One at a
I've
time,
watched
y'all.
the
Let
film.
Coach get his
Let
bars
coach
off,
talk.
y'all.
Respect
I've
the
been in the
elders, bro.
film
Real
Yeah,
talk.
room.
man.
OG, real respect the elders, bro. Real talk.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah,
don't
man.
even
let
have to
Coach
say
get his
that.
Let
bars
coach
Respect
off,
the
rock
y'all.
out.
elders. Respect OG.
Now I'm
Nah,
just saying
phase. You need to put
what
your
I
shirt
feel
on
like is
too.
going on the internet, not over here, but on the internet, is a lot of people what I call hedging your bet. You're pointing
Yeah,
out all these flaws just in
yeah.
case, by some chance, that Boots loses. loses, you can come back and make a video. Say, see, I told you so, and then you can build off that and make content. That's why they're doing it.
Everybody's
The
not
point
Now,
taught.
is that Boots,
hey,
Boots is a favorite for a reason.
For a reason.
I'm not
Hey,
saying he's
Yeah,
gonna
coach,
win,
I'm
but he's a
so
favorite for a reason.
he gonna
coach.
But
win.
That's
coach,
He
Off
gonna
who
hype
win, coach.
alone, he's
coach
the
And I'm
favorite
so
coach
off hype
confident.
who
alone.
you
We
got
He
winning,
gonna
understand
coach?
that.
destroy Xander. He gonna
No,
So
no,
I got
destroy
hold
Boots.
on,
I
hold
Xander.
on,
got
hold
Boots.
on.
I got Boots getting this boy out of there, man. I
I
got Boots
got
In
getting him
Boots
out
what
of
winning
there.
in
by
what
a
round,
pick.
coach?
I'm gonna say between round 7 and 9.
7 and
Yup.
9,
Nah,
coach.
look,
Freaky
look.
said
I
There
got
six
the
you
nine.
eighth
go.
round,
Hey,
I
man.
was thinking the
hey,
same
hey,
thing,
coach.
coach.
The
Freaky
eighth
said
7 and
round,
6. He
9.
bro.
switched up.
Can I
He
tell
7
flipped
and
something,
flop.
9.
coach, why I disagree? Why I disagree with that real quick? And it's just real quick. The reason why I disagree with that is because Xander really boxes. Before Xander just gets knocked
Right.
out, he'll box defensively. He can turn
Wait,
it on
you
defensively and make
disagree
you
with what?
miss.
You
That he
disagree
gonna
with
With,
what?
stop him.
with
That he gonna
Xander
That
getting
he
stop him?
gonna
stopped. I
stop.
don't believe
Yep.
Xander's getting
Yep.
stopped. No, I believe Xander has enough IQ to not let nobody
I
stop him.
All
said
right,
split
all right.
decision.
Let me
Just
do
like
this. Let me
Boots.
do this. Let me say this.
Blaze, I agree with you,
I would
bro.
bet
I don't
anybody
think
on
he
the
Like real
stopped him.
panel.
talk, he boxes, bro. He'll get on his
Blaze,
back
look.
foot before
So
he
Hey,
let
this is
hey,
Boots
look. I
just
will
do
bet
him.
anybody on the panel that Boots stop Xander. You don't even gotta win. As long as Boots don't stop
what?
Xander, you win. No matter
Okay.
what. If
Nah, I'm
I
not
Anyway,
would bet,
tripping. You
I
can
would
keep
bet
it
let's do
all
this.
Boots
night.
anybody.
gonna win.
Let's
See
do
this.
this. Coach,
And
I'm
here's
not even
the
betting to win. I'm betting
Let me say this
stoppage.
right.
I bet y'all to
I ain't saying
stop
nothing.
it.
go ahead, Jonathan.
Yeah,
Hey,
you
I
get
mean
better
Joseph.
odds
My
bro.
from me
bad.
than
My
In
bad.
Vegas than me,
Nah, I
bro.
ain't tripping. That's my twin. So you know. But we think Boots gonna win, bro. But like we not diminishing Xander's skills either. Like
We
I
can't.
think Xander got enough IQ to not get stopped.
No,
Nah, but
I'm betting
Yeah, I
Xander
Joseph
don't
agree.
get
though.
stopped.
What he
Nah,
gonna
look,
jump out the
Xander don't
ring?
get
hold
stopped.
on though.
No,
Nah, look,
no, bro.
look. This is look. This my only thing. You see, Xander. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I went back to look at some fights, and I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. In my opinion, I thought the Bass fight was one of the best fights I've ever seen. Xander show his output, show he could box, show how patient he
I'm
is.
watching it right
So,
now, Isaiah. I'm watching it right
yo,
now, bro.
bro, but nah, but
that
watch
brother
this.
is
But
cold.
watch this. He has an issue. Xander has an issue where he does move his head, and I agree with you, Blaze. He moves his head, but he kind of gets in this funk where like he
Nah, you
slips a
right. He keep
couple.
his head on
He
the center line.
Nah,
You right.
watch. Hold on, though. Look. He slips his head a little bit, and then he kind of like stops. I feel like he needs to just work a little more
It's
on
not a
staying,
counterpuncher.
bro. It's
No,
because you know what?
Xander
Hold
gets
on,
caught
y'all. Let
throwing
my guy
sets.
Isaiah get his bars off,
Nah,
y'all.
look
I'm just
with
cooking
Xander.
with him. I'm cooking with him.
Yeah, nah, he's good. Don't get me wrong, but in my opinion, he don't got the skill set. He just got the athleticism. And do I believe Boots is gonna stop him? After watching the Bass fight, man, that dude is tough. And I'm not saying he got the same power like Boots, but I gotta agree with Blaze. He got the IQ to really just sit there and not really allow you to stop him, because one thing about Xander is he can move, and we seen him do it in his last two fights when he went and got them belts. So at first I was going Boots by knockout, but I went back to see the Karen fight, and Boots was very frustrated. He wasn't losing, but he was frustrated. Like, he
He
was
was
mad
so
because,
frustrated,
bro,
Isaiah. I
he was
believe,
mad.
really, real
Oh
talk,
my,
he
bro, he
was.
was so mad because he was trying to get him out, and then you got Bozy, giving him To Senior fucking instructions,
Yep.
Get him out
like,
of
yo,
there.
pack
Facts.
him up, get
Yup.
him out of there.
Yup.
But
Yeah.
you see,
Yup.
that's
Yup.
I don't
Yup.
know I don't
And he
know.
trained for that for the next fight though, bro.
But you see, bro, look, this is what I don't understand. You see, and I kind of want to go off of what Egghead Timothy Bradley said, how Xander got Javier in his corner, and we can't say Javier don't know what he's doing, because he had Cambosis and they cracked the TO game plan. So all I want to say is Xander gonna have enough power to keep Boots off him, or you know
Yes,
what I mean?
sir.
To
That's
be
gonna be
wear and
one of my
tear.
Yes,
biggest.
sir.
That's gonna be one of my biggest concerns, because
Right.
man, a boss is a puncher, and he punched hard,
And
and
it could be wear
he
and
was
tear,
able
Isaiah.
to
It don't
neutralize
have
him. So
it don't have to
Yes,
be
sir.
power. It could just be wear and tear. You know what I mean? That's a
Right. It
that's the
ain't gotta
best
be
way of
power.
knocking somebody out. Now, what I wanted to do is I wanted to respond to Coach Eddie from earlier with the hedging, right? Um, I totally get what you're saying, because I can say I'm kind of on the fence on a lot of things, because
Yup.
especially with this fight, because it's very unknown and unpredictable. As much as I say Boots wins by split decision, I still think that there's an opportunity for Xander to win. I have to put that out there because he's the champion, and if it goes to decision, we all know how that goes. You got to beat the champion. So if he's not convincing enough, we could see him walking out with the belt. So I have to keep that in mind. But at the
Right.
same time, I just have to be honest with myself and just say that athleticism doesn't always win you the big fights when you squaring up against a boxer. Boots is a creature of habit. He's been a creature of habit, and the fact that he has so many, like when you talk about his flaws, I'm just talking about his situations that he puts himself into. Doesn't mean that he's not a good boxer. It doesn't mean that he's not the better boxer. Let me keep that clear. What that means is that if you study him long enough, you can find those flaws, and that's what Xander was pointing out in the Najee interview. He pointed every single thing out that I'm talking about right now, and I've been saying that before the interview even came out. He's looking to frustrate Boots. He has a game plan. He sticks to those. He's like a test taker. He knows what he's going to do. He's going to try to pass that test. And when
And
Boots
y'all
gets
forget that Xander is a bit of a weight bully.
right,
Y'all
that's
Yeah,
forget
just
he's
that.
well,
big,
no,
man.
Boots is
But he's
Y'all
Boots is just
forget
disciplined
that.
about
though, so
Boots
we
is
got to
about
give
the
him
same.
credit.
Boots is about listen.
Y'all
Boots
forget
that
that.
has nothing to do with it because Boots is about the same size as Xander. They literally about the same walk around size.
Now, you know
Um,
what, Ray? I think
Nah, I
Boots
don't
is
believe
bigger.
that. I don't believe
yeah,
it.
I'm not
yeah,
gonna
nah.
lie. I
I
think
don't believe that.
I
Unless
do
unless
think
Hey,
you
Boots
see
Dre,
is
Boots
unless you
bigger.
big
think
as shit,
Xander's
bro.
100
Boots
unless you
be
think
big as
Xander's
shit, bro.
195 200 pounds, they're about the same size. Boots is 188 to 190. They're about the
Damn.
same size, bro.
Boots be
They,
walking around big as shit. He be
yo,
walking around like a
they're
fucking
not.
No.
Yeah,
tight
Now,
Have
end.
y'all
He be
seen
walking like a
Xander?
tight end or something.
Ray,
yeah.
you remember when
I,
as soon as Boots moved up and then he took a picture in the gym?
Dave
Exactly.
Canelo.
Man, he
Can I
had
say
to hit
something real
about
quick?
at
Canelo.
least 180.
Can I say something real quick? I'm sorry, but they Yo Diablo said that Boots punches harder than Canelo. Jamal
What?
Cornflake, hey, that's what he
I
said.
believe it.
Cornflake
That's
said that Boots
crazy.
punches harder than Jamal Charlo with both hands.
Okay.
Whoa. So I
So
guess
Y'all got
Boots really
Boots on
punching
a
Boots
like
is
that then.
pedestal,
Boots is
bro. That's the
punching, bro.
problem.
Boots
Sean
is punching,
Porter,
man.
Okay.
all of them
But
said
we
it.
could but you
All
have
of
to
them
be
saying
Y'all
the
looking
got
at
same
Boots
thing.
on his
Sean Porter
Ryan
said
pedestal.
this dude.
Norman,
so
all
coach,
of them.
Y'all
coach,
got him on
we've
his
seen
pedestal, man.
but we've seen boxing matches where Boots hasn't got clean shots off because of the fact that he hasn't ended a lot. He hasn't ended a lot of fights with just one punch, right?
Right.
He boxes and then he gets him up out of there. He cleans up. Doesn't mean that he
Exactly.
can't hit him with one punch and square him off. I mean, it is what it is. Boxing. That's why they fight. But we have to look at what
Well,
exactly what you just said, right?
Ray Davis,
Yes.
I wanna cook with you on this. What Isaiah pointed out just earlier is something that I've been trying to point out for a long time. I don't think this fight I got Boots winning by stoppage 7 through 9 rounds, but Coach Bosey's instructions
Right.
they are not detailed at all. I've seen
No,
Not at
Crawford, I've
they're
all.
seen
not,
Floyd
and that's the
Mayweather.
issue. I
He has
pointed that
no
out.
detail in the corner. Boots is out there winging it. He's
Right.
literally winging
I
it.
got a
Well,
question, but
this is what it is.
Roger Mayweather had detailed instructions?
Well,
See,
All
hold
of
on.
them
sometimes
did.
Well,
I'm going to say
All of
something
What
real
does
them
that
quick.
did.
mean?
Yeah, they
No,
did.
I'm about to tell you. I'm
let me
about to give you some
respond,
insight.
Coach.
They
Go ahead,
did.
brother. Go ahead.
They
Go ahead,
Yeah,
definitely
Coach.
did have
let
detailed
me
Speak on that,
advice.
Coach.
respond. Let me respond to that. So,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
2 weeks ago, I said that same thing. I think Claymore was on the channel with us too, and I said the problem I see is if Boots gets frustrated, Bozy doesn't give him the right instructions. You can see it in his last three fighters that he had in the ring.
He just looks
They
to him
all
and tells
had
him
the
to
same
figure it
issue,
out.
and he's like basically telling them get in there, get him out of there, go in there, stand in the pocket. Certain things he tells them to do, which they're capable of doing. No, Fulton's capable of doing it. He didn't do it. Uh, um, Cruz was capable of doing it, and I forgot the other fight. I think it was Boots, right? But there's nothing wrong with him telling them that. It's because he believes that they can do it. That's a trainer's mindset. But at the same time, we have to understand that sometimes when these fighters are not thinking clearly because they're frustrated, that could be detrimental.
Exactly.
And
Yeah, yeah,
that's where we have to focus our attention is not so much of what Boots could do because he's a great freestyle fighter because of
yeah. He
his
freestyling. He
athleticism.
freestyling, right? He is
Right.
freestyling.
Because he's
Yeah,
such a great freestyle fighter that he got to look at what comes back towards a freestyle fighter. Right. You got talent on the other end of instruction. And instruction sometimes can best freestyle because freestyle, you're just doing what works. Where
yeah.
instructions, you're doing what you're planning on doing.
What the
You're
what the
looking
what the
for
coach
holes. You're
tell you to
looking for
do. Yeah,
right. That's why this fight is a great fight. at the end
But
of the
not
day. And
this
this is
fight,
what
Ray.
matches up.
If
But go
against
ahead.
Fundora or one of these other guys, I think you're gonna need to give him specific details. But like I see Bo Mac, I see Derek James, I see Roger Mayweather. They all tell for step to the left, throw the jab, slip up under it, then go. You know what I mean? Like I don't really hear Bozy. Bozy just be like,
Man, Roger don't say that. Roger say keep effing him up, Floyd. I don't know what Roger you been
No,
talking
he
about, but
don't,
Roger
Boots
say
be on
man.
keep
There's a
autopilot.
keep
viral
effing
Boots
him
be
clip.
up,
on
Hold
Floyd.
up,
autopilot.
hold up, man. Hold up. There's a viral clip. There's a viral clip on the internet right now of him giving Floyd Mayweather so detailed advice that he thought Floyd wasn't even listening at all. And he had Floyd repeat the shit back to him. They do have detailed
You
training
talking
on
about
that.
Senior? And I also
Yeah,
seen Senior cussing Floyd out,
yeah.
tell him he fight like he's scared, and tell him to throw the right hand and left hook. Do what we told you to do at the gym. Just start stuttering and stammering because he's pissed at Floyd for not doing what he wanted him to do.
it's
So I
still
Yeah,
damn
because
understand that.
Floyd
details,
had
coach. It's
other
still details, coach.
they still
You know what I
detailed.
mean? It's not just go stop him. Go stop him. Get him out of there. Stop him. That TO
You know
shit.
what?
I seen Bozy say
Right.
I'm
that a
gonna tell
couple
you
of
why that's
times.
disingenuous. I'm gonna tell you why that's
I feel like it's
disingenuous.
about
Well, why,
chemistry,
coach?
man.
Hear me out. Hear me out.
Bro,
I'm gonna
can't
tell you why that's
nobody disagree
disingenuous.
with Coach, man. Can't nobody disagree with what you're saying, man.
I'm just
Well,
saying
well,
why
well,
it's
Come
coach,
on
say it.
now.
disingenuous
Go ahead. Go
because
ahead, coach.
you're taking a in the corner when they show the little clips
You
on
ain't gotta
Showtime or
say,
whatever
listen.
platform. You're taking a 10 to 8 second clip it and you snipping that. They're not telling you. You're not privy to the whole
No.
60 seconds of what's being said in that corner. You're taking a clip and you think, oh, that's all he said. A
So you
10
No,
watched
I
second
the
clip,
watch. I
whole
watch.
a
so you
snippet.
watched the
Coach,
whole
I
video of
watch the
no
whole
details
Karen
given
fight.
to Floyd. That what you're saying?
Hey,
You sit up and
hey,
watch the whole video of details
and not
that
just
Floyd
that,
never
Dre.
got.
I
Like, come
watch
on,
Boots go
man.
to the corner every
Stop it.
time against Karen, and Bozy never said nothing else, but just stop him, stop him. I didn't see Bozy
Like,
say
come
nothing
But
on,
that whole
bro.
fight.
don't act like that advice was like T.O. Senior though,
It
please. The
Nah,
was
reason
though.
why
It
It
though is
was.
because
Senior
when you
was.
was
look at
It
It
those
bad.
fights like
was.
no.
Tio,
When you look at those
Tio
fights like
Senior
hold
was
up, hold
bad,
up,
It
hold
bro.
up.
was.
No, check
It
it
this out. When you
was.
was.
look at
It
those
was.
fights with Boots versus Kieran, Boots is literally swinging over himself
I'm talking about
to
the
try to
second fight,
chase down, walk him
Blaze.
down.
I'm talking about the second
Okay.
fight. Bozy didn't give
Nah,
him no. He
Tio.
didn't give him nothing.
He
He didn't
still
say
Nah,
force
look.
watched
to
him.
the left. He didn't say force him to the right. He didn't say nothing, man. He just
Okay, I
was
hear
like,
you. I hear you. I'm
stop
gonna go
him,
back and
How do
watch.
you
I'm gonna go
know?
back
How
and
do you
listen.
know that? How do you
because
know that?
every time he went to the
He's
corner,
listening to the
they
corner.
put the mic, they put the microphone on him. Every time he
For
went
the
to the
whole
corner,
six for the whole 60
for the
seconds?
whole fight, the
Yeah,
whole
for the
fight,
whole
the
No, for
The
the
fight.
whole
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 Yeah.
fight,
60
fight.
the
seconds.
whole
Yes.
fight. They
Yes.
kept going to
I
Bozy's
don't
Yes.
corner.
believe so.
The whole watch the fight. Every
I did.
time.
That's why
They
he's
don't
saying
sit
I'm
there
about to go watch the
for the
fight.
whole 60
If you
seconds.
look, if you look for some reason, if you pay for the fight, I'm not like I'm being dead ass. Like it'll show them in the corner, and you could hear everything they're saying, bro. Aside from
Right.
like fire stick in the fight, like
We don't gotta
just
lie, bro.
it's just what
It's
I've seen.
okay.
Like no,
I
bro,
think
it's
they
just what
kept
I've
going to
seen.
that, and I think
It's
they kept going
okay,
to Boost
man.
corner like that because they wanted to like wonder like what is they talking about in that corner because everybody expecting Boost to knock him out because Boost was saying he gonna
Right.
knock him out. So they
Sweep
kept
them
going
off
to
the
his
board.
corner. As soon as he kept going to that corner, Bozy like, man, what are you doing? Knock him out. Stop him. You ain't hitting him. You supposed to go out there and stop this dude. He didn't say like no details. He didn't say
Yeah,
force him left,
he didn't
force
give
him
him
right,
detailed instructions
jab to the body. It was
how to
none of
get him
that.
out of
It
there.
was none
Yeah,
of that. It was none of that.
that's a
It was
fact.
none
It's a
of that.
fact.
It was none of that.
Nah,
Now I just
but you know what? Nah, but Bozy is way better than Tio because Tio Senior come out there. Where's your fucking power, bro? Yo, I
You
was watching
gotta
Bro.
hit
that.
him.
Come
Yo, I
on,
was
bro.
yo, bro. I was watching that with
Bro.
nah, yo. I was watching that with my pops and yo, I swear, out of nowhere, you hear Tio Senior tell Tio, "You gonna hate yourself tomorrow," and
You're
out of
gonna hate
nowhere,
yourself
man, yo,
tomorrow. Fucking
bro,
nuts.
my
That's
Hey
dad,
crazy.
man,
yo,
hey man,
my dad
I
looks
I
at
feel
me,
feel
you. I
like
bro.
it's
feel you,
about the
bro.
chemistry though that they got. You know,
Nah,
because if
but
you
nah,
because
No,
flyers,
it's
trip
about
out
not
though,
being
bro,
because
drunk.
Boots
trip
It's
out.
about not being
respond,
drunk,
Boots
bro.
Boots
let Flyer cook.
respond to
Crazy.
what Bozy is saying though.
Yeah, no, he does, but I mean, Tio didn't have nothing for Shakur, and then he drops an interview saying, "Oh, my dad wanted me to switch stances throughout the fight and do something that we ain't never tried." First of all, what are you doing? Why are you switching
No,
stances, trying
I hear you.
something
I hear you,
new
Zay.
with
I hear you, Zay.
fucking Shakur when you can't do that with Shakur? Shakur
But
is one
Flyer,
of
we
the
talking about
man, it's crazy, bro.
no, Flyer. We talking about like in the heat of the moments, in the biggest fights. You're
Nah,
gonna need more than that. You're gonna need more than
nah,
just to stop him. You're gonna need more than that.
those exactly because those biggest fights, you really need the guidance and the direction to be able to beat this dude and take him out of there. Because instructions like that, it's gonna get you hurt.
Hey,
You know what
hey,
I mean?
Hey,
Flyer,
but
you remember
what about when
you remember
Angelo
when
Dundee told Sugar Ray Leonard, "You're blowing it, kid"? That's all he said.
Man, we
He
can't
he
go all
he
over
did
the
he did
world,
man,
damn,
brother.
because of
I'm not.
boots.
I'm
Come
saying
on now.
everything.
this
Everything
is
is
different,
relative.
Damn.
That is relative.
coach.
He told the man.
Coach,
He said,
These are
"You're
not
blowing
the
it,
same
kid.
coaches,
You're
man.
blowing it, kid. You're
Coach, this
blowing
is a
it,
good
kid."
example right here. I
Come
got a good
on,
example. This
man.
is recent too. You remember when Devin Haney said, "Man, Pops, he keep hitting me with the left." And Pops said, "Okay, you got to go under. Your break is faster." You know what I mean? It was something that was like sometimes fighters get frustrated, bro, and they
Like,
and they they
damn.
seeing stuff. So coaches got to give them sound, detailed advice. And you always seen that in Buzz corner, Devin's corner. You see that a lot of these guys' corner. Boots is out there freestyling. That's the truth. It's gonna work against Xander, but I'm wishing the brother do
It
good.
may
Well,
work
But
Boots
against
Boots
Xander.
gonna get
it's gonna work
frustrated
against
and he
Xander.
gonna take it out on Xander. That's what's
Yeah,
gonna
he gonna beat
happen. He gonna
Xander.
stop
He
him in
gonna
the
whoop
eighth
Xander
round,
ass.
bro.
He gonna whoop
Yo,
Xander ass. I
that's
got him
why he
whooping Xander
crazy.
ass.
Well, I
Stop
think that
Xander.
Boots has a significant advantage in the mid range and inside fighting
Oh yeah.
because
Oh
I
I
agree
yeah.
think
with you.
that Xander, his first instinct is to grab. He grabbed lesser opponents. Like, but why are you even grabbing this guy? He's like
Coach,
he
how
grabbed
many
the
how
six.
many Xander fights have you watched, Coach?
I watched all of them, brother.
Yeah,
They're on
You
YouTube.
watched
he did a
all of
lot of
them?
jab
You
work.
For real?
if you want to go
Come
if you
on,
want to
man.
go to
It's Coach
YouTube,
Eddie
For
you
real?
talking to, man.
hear me out. I don't know
For
how
real?
he asked me a question. It's on YouTube. You can go watch them all too. You can watch 17 of his fights. It's about 2 hours and 20 minutes long. And that goes back to what I was saying. This young man turned professional as a teenager. So a
Yep.
lot of those fights, he is very,
He a
very
bad
small,
boy.
a little guy who's growing into himself. You see a teenager who weighs about 140 pounds who have hand-picked opponents in front of them, and there's nothing wrong with that because I would have done the same thing if I have a teenage guy who doesn't have a lot of amateur experience. Most of his experience was from the JOs, so he's still learning on the job. So I'm gonna get hand-picked guys for him to fight till he grows into himself, gets a little bit older, and now he's getting bigger and he's getting better. I'm not saying Xander's a good fighter. I just don't think he's on a level with Boots. I think he has missing components to be able to compete with Boots, and that being the inside work and the mid range work and that holding and clinching.
Man,
See,
y'all just seeing
Boots is willing to stand there and whatever Xander throws, he's going to roll those shots and he's
Right.
going to be coming with them short shots underneath.
Hey,
He's going to be touching
But coach,
Xander's body. He's going to be hurting this
let me
dude,
say
man.
this. Let me
coach,
say this.
man,
This what
y'all
I'll
just
say.
seeing
This what I'll
Xander
say about
dance in the
that
ring
clinching.
and shit. That's all it is. Y'all
let me
like how he danced in the
Hold
ring
on.
against them non-moving ass opponents and shit. That's what it
Let me
is.
say this. Let me say
wait,
this.
go ahead,
This,
Joseph.
this what I'll say about that clinching. Sometimes that clinching that'll stop all that bullshit on the inside. Boost
Just
trying to
wait
throw.
on him.
So like you just can't like criticize clinching because I feel like clinching is a lost art in boxing too because it can like null and void everything you trying to do on the inside. Now we resetting, and now we back on the outside like I want to be. So like sometimes clinching works. So
It
we
takes
can't
two to
just say
tango. You don't
Yeah.
have to
Well,
accept the clinch.
so
You don't have to accept it.
right. But also, let's say this, coach. I'm glad you actually pointed out some things. Right. You're talking about the fighters that Xander fought when he was coming up. Right. Let's just say his first 10, 12 fights. Those fighters, Boots was still fighting into his 20th fight, 23rd fight, 25th fight. That's where I'm saying that the skill, the D level opponents were there. Now he moved up to
Right.
C and B level opponents, but he still ain't got no opponent. And I'm not saying Xander has anything higher than a B. You know, I mean, he fought a champion. We can give him A status because he was a champion. But
Hell no. Hell
yeah,
no.
yeah, you can give
C
about that.
plus. C
Listen,
plus.
man, 154
C
is a rough
plus.
division, man.
He's a
He
C plus
said C
fighter.
plus.
Yeah, he's a C plus
All right,
fighter.
whatever. All right, C plus fighter, coach, whatever he said. But we got to look at it as Boots has had a problem getting decent opponents, man, and getting the guys that we expect them to go in there. Like everybody, basically. Let me land the plane here. Everybody we thought Boots was going to beat and wash, he washed. He gave them exactly what it was. Aside from Karen, they even criticized him for the fight against Avanesian, who Bud fought, and I thought that was a very similar action that Avanesian had against Bud that he had against Boots. The styles they
Hmm.
fight, but They criticize him. Why? Because he frustrated Boots at times. And that's what I'm saying. If you can get in there and frustrate him, and he didn't knock none of these guys out like clean out like that. Not saying
Right.
he didn't knock Ebenezer out. What I'm saying is he was hitting him how many times before he got the knockout? He had to build that knockout up. He had to wait for the opening. Xander
And
doesn't really
these
give
dudes,
you Xander doesn't give you all those openings like that. Now he may, we don't know until that fight happens. Boots might see something too. I'm not taking nothing away. I think Xander has a lazy tactic about him. Sometimes he gets lazy. And I think that laziness, because he relies on the jab so much, can be detrimental to him. So that's pointing out the obvious. But I'm gonna lay my plane on that, coach, because I want you to understand. Like I see falls on both sides, and Xander can't counter. I think his counter game is weak. But
Oh, he's
you know,
cooked. He's cooked, Ray. I'm watching the fight against Bob Maru, and he's
Yeah.
cooked.
I want to tell you something else about that jab
yeah,
too.
right.
Booth being a southpaw, it's gonna cut that jab output in half. Think about it. You got lead hand versus lead hand.
not if he
Xander's big
moving around.
Xander's big game is jabbing and moving. Now
Exactly.
if his freckles was a little bit closer together, they'll be calling him Tom and Jerry. But they're not, so they're praising him for it. But that's
I think
neither
both of
here
these fighters is
nor
gonna
there.
be in the pocket because I don't see
But
Xander doing a bunch of moving
Xander better not
like a
stay in that
Shakur
pocket.
Stevenson.
He better not stay in that
So
pocket.
If
He gonna be
Xander
duck
stay in the
meat.
pocket,
Bro,
he
he
really
better
gonna
not
get
stay in that
rolled
pocket.
over.
That nigga
that
better get out the
southpaw
way.
jab is going. That southpaw versus that right-handed. That's going to take Xander's jab away. That's his
Yeah,
best
yeah,
weapon.
Hey,
but
hey,
like,
hey,
let
hey,
me respond to Andre.
Xander
He
barbecue
bet not.
chicken, man.
He bet not stay in that pocket, bro, because that's when
Mhm.
it's gonna get hot. He better jab, move, and clinch, and re
But
rock,
he just not fast.
rinse and
He just
repeat.
not.
He bet
Hey,
not sit in that pocket.
hey, Joseph. He just not fast though,
uh
man. He's slow. Boots is 10 times faster than this kid.
See, you
Hey,
looking
see,
at
see, see,
athleticism.
see.
Yeah,
That's
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 what I
what.
was looking at too. But
No,
but
hold on.
Bro,
let me say
I
this.
that's
think
just
But
like
Boots.
telling
Boots,
I think
Boots,
y'all
Fundora
Boots
not to
missing
is
use his
moving.
height.
athleticism. Y'all
That's just
missing
like
the.
telling
Y'all
Fundora not to use his
missing.
height.
Y'all
What are we
missing the
talking about? If
talent,
you're
man.
athletic, use it, brother.
That's what I'm
If you
saying.
athletic, use it. Get that old
I
Fundora. Don't
think
use
y'all
your
miss.
height.
Y'all overlooking the
Kneel down so
talent
the
now.
guy and make yourself 5'11". Whatever attribute you bring into the game, you use it.
Yeah, he
Yep.
talking about sitting in the pocket. He ain't finna do
Hell
that.
no, he
That's where
better
you get
Hey,
not.
I
hurt at.
think
He
y'all
don't
overlooking the
fight
talent,
like that
man.
though. He don't fight. Hey, listen
yeah,
real
y'all
quick.
Boots.
overlooking like a
The
motherfucker, bro.
heaviest the
Yeah,
heaviest
Boots.
Xander
Man, come
came
on,
Boots
in was
man.
his
switch
Y'all
last
fluid,
fight. That's
overlooking
why
man.
he
like a
was slower.
motherfucker,
It don't
dog.
matter
They ain't
what
watched the tape.
which way he
Motherfuckers is
Y'all ain't
fits.
watched his tape,
overlooking.
man.
Go ahead,
They ain't watched
man.
his. You got to watch full fights of Xander to appreciate it, bro. He got everything in his toolbox. That
I'm
was his last
watching
fight. He
him.
was
He
the
got
heaviest.
everything in his
No,
toolbox,
I'm
bro.
watching
he
him. He
got
too
everything in his
slow.
toolbox. Listen. You know that's what I'm telling you in
He
that
don't have
fight. That's what
everything in
we
the tool. He
know.
can't fight on the
Yes, he
inside. How can
does,
you have
Coach Eddie.
everything in your
He
toolbox
can
He
fight
if you
on the
can't fight on the
toolbox
inside.
check,
inside?
He
bro. That's
can
That's
what's
fight
about
not
on
to
the
true, bro. He
happen.
He
can
inside.
fight on
can
the
fight on the
inside.
inside.
No,
How the fuck?
no,
See,
listen.
that's what I'm saying. You didn't watch
Y'all ain't
every
watched the
fight. How you
tape.
gonna
You
sit
got to
up here
watch
and
the
say
tape,
Xander
Coach
don't
Eddie. I
fight on
watched
the
Yeah,
like eight
he
inside?
can
fights and
fight
he changed my
inside.
mind,
I
Coach
just think
Eddie.
Man,
his
you
I
didn't
counter
went
watch
game
no
back
is
when
weak.
goddamn fights,
he
bro.
was
You didn't
when he
watch
Go
was
no
ahead,
seven and
goddamn
Blaze.
oh
fights,
five
Let
man.
Blaze
knockouts.
rock. Let Blaze rock.
Nah, listen to me,
He
cause no,
better
Coach
not
didn't
stay
listen,
in
watch
the
no,
them
listen,
fights,
inside.
bro.
listen. Check this
Coach
out.
didn't
No,
watch
real
them
Let
talk,
fights.
real talk, real
y'all
talk.
let
Hey, check
Blaze
this
cook.
out.
He didn't
What
do that.
changed my mind against Xander? Because I had Boots stopping him in the mid rounds. I went and watched a marathon, full fights of Xander. I watched like 8 fights. I watched when he was like 7 and 05 knockouts. That's when he was younger. He went pro at 17, right? And then I watched a bunch of his mid fights. Then I watched the fight where he won the title before this one, and then the Abyss fight. And what I'm trying to tell you is he was hella slow in that Abyss fight. He can't come in that weight against Boots, but he ain't been fighting that way against Boots.
He
That's why
ain't gotta
people been
be as
saying
fast as
that's why
Boost
they've
to
been
beat
saying
him.
he was gonna go to 154. No, listen to me. He's way faster than that at lower weights though. But forget the fastness. He has everything. He has a jab that hurts. He masters spacing, which he gets his spacing first. He has a jab that hurts. He has head movement. He moves his
So
head,
does
and
Xander.
he hold up. Listen. I'm
No,
talking
he
about
talking about
Xander, bro. I'm
Xander. He
talking
talking
about
about
Xander.
Xander.
Listen to me. I'm
He
talking
talking
about
about
Xander.
Xander.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
moves his head, he uses his length, and he throws combinations and he goes to the body early and often. And when he does get hit, he get hit when he's throwing 3, 4 punch combinations where people are trying to punch him off of him. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, but the boy can box. He back
And
step,
he
footstep.
keeps his
So when
hands
Boots
up.
he keeps his hands up, but he has good footwork because a lot of times he's out of range. He has
Yes,
his hands up in range. It
he
looks like
do.
when he's out of range, it like he got and he moves his head and he switches levels. That's what cats don't understand. He does it all. So this fight, you're about to see a chess match because they're gonna both be on the front foot, back foot. They're gonna be both trying to
Oh,
set stuff up. It's gonna be a real good fight. My only thing is I can't see Xander beating Boots with the stance switch. because
We
when
know
Hell
he
Xander
can
gets
no.
in his
box,
rhythm
but he gonna
and he
get put in
catches
the
them,
box in the eighth
nah,
round,
he's
bro.
not. I don't think he's gonna stop him. But what I'm thinking is that it's gonna force
That
Xander
shit
to fight
sound
more
good.
outside of range. But what I'm going to tell you about Xander, Xander also has mid-range fighting game, and he got good defense. And he ain't and he parries shots, he blocks shots, he catches and counter shots. He got everything
He's
defensive
not that
wise, mid-range.
accurate. He's not that
Against
accurate,
who?
Faze.
I got a question
He's
for you. He got all that against who?
Against all them nobodies he fought, Coach Eddie.
Thank you.
That's why I don't
Boost
got him
ain't
winning
Boost is
though. But he
levels.
got it
I
though.
repeat,
Just like
levels
Boots.
above them guys. So he
Just
about to
like
get
Boots.
Against
some.
Just
who?
He about to
Who
see
has Boots
something
fought?
new.
Who in the fuck has Boots
hey
It
fought?
Boots.
doesn't
That's what I'm
matter,
Boots.
talking
brother,
You can say
about.
he
because
fought
right now
Nah, it
they're
Lambo
doesn't
fighting
already.
They're
matter.
fighting
Nah,
each
that's
Nah, it
other.
doesn't
hypocritical.
matter.
That's
Nah, it
They're
doesn't
hypocritical,
fighting each
matter.
OG.
other.
You
Nah, it
can't
doesn't
say
They're
it
matter.
don't
fighting
matter
each
for
Nah, it
other.
Boots,
doesn't
but it matter
matter.
for Xander.
Now it doesn't matter.
They're
That's
fighting each
hypocritical,
other.
Nah,
OG.
nah, nah,
You
it don't
can't
matter.
They're
tell
fighting
that,
each other.
coach.
That's
They're
Look
crazy,
at it.
fighting
Y'all
each
see,
other.
OG.
y'all see
You
how
can say
They're
that
fast he
fighting
for
each
Absolutely
did
other
that.
now.
Boots.
hypocritical, OG.
Y'all see
They're
how
fighting each
hold up,
other
hold up,
now.
hold up, hold up. Y'all see how
Bro,
fast he did
everybody
that?
talking at the
Now who?
same
Yeah.
time,
Hold
bro.
up. Yeah, hold up. He
Hold on,
said, y'all see how fast he
let
did
Dre
that?
get it, y'all.
Y'all see how fast he did that? He
Yeah, that
said,
was
now who does
crazy.
he fall? Oh, nobody. Oh, now it doesn't matter. Like, come on, man, you got to keep it real on
It
both
don't matter
sides.
because they fighting
You
each
can't
other now. That's why it doesn't
tell
matter
me,
anymore. All
tell me
hold on,
one.
all that stuff they
Then
done
why
in the
did you
Hold up,
past
bring
man.
that
don't
up
I
about
matter.
wasn't
Xander?
finished.
What
I
Why
matters
wasn't
you
is
even
finished.
June
I
okay,
wasn't
okay,
27th.
finished.
why
I
That's
did you
what
even
wasn't
bring
matters.
that
finished.
up,
I wasn't
OG?
finished. I
OG, why'd you
wasn't
even bring
finished.
that up?
I wasn't
If
even
it don't
finished.
matter.
Name me one opponent that resembles Xander. Since Xander ain't fought nobody.
Xander is a
And Boots
typical.
ain't fought nobody of that
Name
size
He
either.
is a typical
name
And he
guy.
definitely ain't
Hold on,
fought
hear
no
me out. Hear
boxer
me
that
out.
size.
you can't even
Xander
watch
is
all the Boots
Xander is
fights.
Thomas Delorme. That's who Xander is. He's Thomas
You
Delorme.
ain't watched
Come
his
on,
tape, bro.
that's crazy,
Hey, bro,
bro.
just go watch his fights, OG. We ain't hyping
Y'all
this man.
judging Boots. Y'all judging Boots off
Bro,
of
I
five
don't
weak
watch it.
ass fights,
That
man.
whole
No, I
little
don't think he
marathon. I don't
did.
watch it,
Nah.
bro.
Nah, hold up,
I don't
hold up,
watch the
hold up, hold
marathon.
up.
I watched it.
Hold
I
up,
promise
wait a
that.
minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Y'all judging Boots off of fucking 10% of his fucking fights, where you're judging Xander off of all 17 fights that he had. We only got like 3 or 4 fights on YouTube we can actually watch. So what is we actually comparing notes
Nah,
here? How are we really
it's more
comparing
than that.
notes?
It's more than that.
No, I can't find more than that.
But
Well,
listen, man,
you need to
there's
go look,
nine
brother. It's more than that.
Boots fought. No, listen though,
Where?
OG. Boots fought 9 times in 1 year, OG. I bet you
Where?
some of them ain't there ain't no tape of it. I
Right.
bet
It
you.
was
So how
supposed
is
to
If
we
you
be.
really
want, hold on.
I
comparing
bet you it
I'm
was
gonna
like
notes?
in
tell
a
you something to go
barroom
How
or
watch.
are we
something.
really
Go,
comparing
go,
I
go
bet you
notes?
it
watch
was in a
Go
barroom or
watch
How?
something.
Sergey Lubin. I'm about to go tell you the fight. Go watch Lippin Nest. That's on YouTube. You can go watch that. Go watch Lippin Nest. You can watch the Thomas Delorme
That's
fight.
part of the
You can,
6 fights that I'm talking about.
We watched them
Hold
all.
up.
That's why we got to
Like,
win,
come
OG.
on. Yeah, it's only about
Like
four
you
fight
missing the
it's
five
point.
fights
also
on
some. It's
YouTube,
also
bro.
some. Hold
We
on.
can't
I'm about
even
to tell you the rest of them, bro. It's also
like
some other
nah,
fights when he
man.
fought on Salida Promotions. You can go watch that. You can go watch when he fought on Showbox. I'm not saying all 30 of his fights are on there because he was up and coming. Just like all 30 of
Right, but
Devin fights aren't on YouTube. All those fights he had in Mexico, they're not on YouTube, brother. You know what I mean? It is what it is, man.
like come on, man. That's what I'm saying. Is that it? Is that it? So all the rest of his
Big
30
dog
fights
really
is on
stupid.
box Showbox? Or is that just that one?
Hey, we know
Big
You
he
act
know
dog.
like
how to box, but he gonna
every
get put in the
fighter's
box,
fights are
bro,
not
in
on
the eighth
YouTube.
round.
You act like his man's whole career is on YouTube. It's not.
It's
Yo,
a it's
yo, let
it's a
me get
bunch
this
of
super
people's whole
chat,
career
y'all.
on YouTube. It's a bunch of
Oh, go
fighters
ahead,
fights
Fire.
that's all on YouTube. They whole careers on
What
YouTube.
what that got to
I
do with
just
June
can't.
27th?
Hold on, y'all. Let me get this
His
super chat.
resume,
Yo,
everything.
shout out the big dog
They
Willie
they
with the
said Terrence
$2
Crawford
super
ain't never
chat.
fought nobody either. We see how that happened,
Hold
right? We
on,
see how
Coach
that
Eddie.
played out, right? Gotcha.
Hold on, y'all.
Boots ain't bud, sir.
Hold
Thank
on,
you.
y'all. Yo, shout out to Big Dog Willie with the $2 super chat. He said Xander got a better chin than Hagler. Pure facts. Dang,
Off of 4
who
fights on
hyped him up
YouTube.
like that,
Hilarious.
bro?
Based on what? What this dude talking
Straight
about, man?
cash. Last me and my family for the rest of our lives. I'm rich, bitch.
Better chin than the Hagler. Based on what? Wow, amazing.
Who got a better chin than Hagler? Who did he
He
say?
That what
trolling.
somebody
He
said.
trolling,
Xander had a
coach.
Hey,
better chin
He
than
trolling,
said
Hagler.
X-Men
Somebody.
got a
trolling,
better
He
trolling,
trolling,
chin
coach.
than
He
trolling.
trolling,
Hagler.
coach. Don't worry about that,
Don't
coach.
don't
He
get caught
Okay,
with the
my
race
bad.
bait,
yeah,
bro.
he
Don't get
trolling.
caught
He
up with
trolling.
that.
He trolling.
But
He's just
listen, man, the
playing.
point we're trying to make is that hey, we're watching the tape, we're analyzing tape. And it's like, hey man, and even I like the interviews by Xander and hearing his story when he was a kid too, and hearing his amateur background. He got a confidence in himself, but he boxes. That's what makes him unique, is that this guy been boxing his way to wins. He ain't like no sloppy Latino fighter when he been getting people up out of here. He been boxing his way into all
Hey
these
Blaze.
wins.
Hey
You
Blaze,
feel me?
no matter how much you give Xander credit and you say this stuff, I'm still expecting Boost to walk over this dude, and I'm gonna be like, Xander was a good fighter, but Xander just not a good fighter, bro. I mean, he's a
Hey,
decent
but
fighter,
phase
but he's
though.
not a great
Y'all got
fighter. You
Boots
know what I
on the
mean?
No,
Phase
but
pedestal.
did,
though.
did
Word of
y'all see
No,
that
mouth.
no,
fight?
no.
Man.
Listen,
Did
hold
y'all
up. Let me just
who's
respond to this real quick and get out the way. Let me
what's the
just
ball
respond to this
name?
and get out the way.
Hold on, what's the ball name
Okay.
who Boots was fighting, and he threw a punch. I think he threw a right cross, and Boots
Hold on, Phase.
shoulder
You said he
rolled
not
that
a good
joint and
fighter?
came back with an uppercut, and dude
Oh
flew
my
all the way
God, bro!
across stumbled all the
That
way
was
across the ring.
That was
All
Roman
right, look,
Villa, number
listen though.
one.
But
No,
listen
That
that
was
though,
wasn't
Roman
him.
Villa.
That
Phase.
wasn't Roman
Hey,
Yes,
Villa.
when
Phase.
Yeah,
you talking
I
about
don't
when he
remember who
slipped
that
the punch
is.
and
Hey,
came
It,
back?
it
Phase.
was a black dude. It was a
It was
Oh,
a
brew or
black
Hey,
something
dude.
like
I don't
Phase.
Yeah,
that.
remember.
A
I
Hey,
don't
brew.
yeah,
remember
hold
who
up,
that
hold up.
I got a
is.
question.
Abreu.
Hey,
So
That's
let me
where's
hold
the
up real quick. Hold up
where's
real
the
quick.
Boots
Let me
versus
just
Eddie
respond to Phase.
Diaz fight?
Hold
Where can
on,
I
hold on,
find that
hold
at?
on.
all right. Let
Hold
me
on,
ask you
bro,
a
before we
question.
get to that. Hold up,
Blaze,
Ray.
Blaze,
Let me
go
just
let
respond to
Blaze get
Phase
this
real
off.
quick so I can get out the
Go
way.
ahead, man.
Hey,
Because I was about
Phase.
to.
Hey,
Go ahead.
Phase,
Yeah,
check
go
this
ahead.
out, bro. We watch boxing, bro. And
Yeah,
we
yeah,
be
yeah. No,
watching
no, no,
boxing
no,
and we
no,
watch it.
no.
Hold up, listen
Yeah,
to me, listen to me. We watch boxing because we watch all this boxing and at certain points we witness history before we even see it. You see what I'm saying? And it
yeah,
comes a
yeah,
point
yeah,
in time to where we want to see the best fight the best. And you
yeah,
see a
yeah,
person that look good on tape and continue to look good on tape because
yeah.
everybody fights nobody's until they
But
fight
there's not
somebody.
enough
Phase.
tape.
Hold up, real quick. Hold up, real quick. I'm not talking about boost tape real quick because we talking about the fight that's about to happen and Xander's ability to make it competitive. Because look, bro, if this fight goes and it's like 8-4, 5-7, 6-6, and there's a whole bunch of arguments behind who won this fight, he should have a rematch clause anyways for having two belts, right? We could possibly get a rematch or a trilogy with two very good fighters of this generation. So it's like, hey, bro, I'm giving Xander the benefit of the doubt by
Yeah,
his
yeah,
campaign at 147 and how he performed at 154 and how he looks on tape because he's
yeah.
got all A plus fights with the exception of this last fight. And I would give it B plus, but when I'm looking at it, I'm looking at, hey man, what's his strategy to come in heavy because a boss is big like that?
He
Because he
wasn't
don't
very
come in
accurate.
big like that.
He
I
wasn't
know,
very
but he was
accurate.
kind of
I'm
slow. He
watching
kind
him.
of
He's
gassed out
really
at the
not
end,
accurate
but
at all.
you're fighting. He was fighting against a good fighter with high level competition. You see what I'm
The
saying?
guy
Because
wasn't really throwing
everybody else
punches
Yeah, and
though.
it's not enough tape on Boots for y'all to be
is
saying y'all to be having him on this
Well,
pedestal like that.
honestly,
nah.
So
The
well,
thing
Dre,
let's
is
get
Hold
that
though,
on,
out
let me
the
Boots'
get this
tape
way.
super
is
chat,
Boots'
It ain't
y'all.
tape
enough
though.
tape in
Boots
this
is
fucking world. I
maestro.
don't give a
It's
fuck what
art
y'all got to
though.
say
Is
about
but
that.
what I'm trying to
Let me
tell you
get this
though is
super
that
chat,
listen though,
y'all.
bro. If Boots win, which he very well looks like he's
Hey, let
capable of
him get
doing it,
this
hold
and
on,
super
Blaze.
Xander
chat.
Hold
Let him
on,
No,
get
that's
the
Blaze.
through
Xander
super
Hold
will
word
on,
of
chat.
Blaze.
mouth,
unify.
man. Y'all got Boots
Hold
on this
on.
Let him
pedestal
get
through
the super
word of
chat.
Hold
No,
mouth.
we
on. Hold
don't.
on.
We
Hold
got him
on.
based on who wouldn't debate him.
Hold on, y'all. Let me get this super chat. Yo, shout out to Big Dog Willie with the $2 super chat. He said Boots got a chin like Amir Khan. Not trolling. No, you definitely trolling, bro. You
So
definitely
look,
Free
trolling.
cash.
so let's ask this
Last me
question:
and my
has
family
Xander
for
or
the
Boots
rest
ever
of
touched
our
the ground?
lives. I'm rich, bitch.
We got
All
all
right.
Boots
Can
tapes.
I say something real quick?
We
Has
don't got
Xander
all the
or
Boots
Boots ever touched
tapes.
the ground? Has Xander
We
or
don't
Boots
know
ever touched
that.
the ground? No.
We
Okay, we
don't
don't.
know.
Okay, you say you don't know that. You can be the conspiracy theorist, but from what we
We don't
understand,
know.
we ain't never
Oh
even
man,
listen.
yeah.
Even on Showtime, when they did his fights, when he was pay per view or whatever, ain't no announcer say Boots ever touched the ground. See what I'm saying? So it's like even if we don't got the tape, there ain't no record of Boots touching the ground. And last I checked, there ain't no record of Xander touching the ground. And that's how
Right.
good of boxers they are because Boots ain't even had a split decision in his entire career. It's either been stoppage or unanimous. And his tape
Right.
is his tape. And
He's a water
Xander, too.
walker.
Xander has one split decision, his last fight,
Against the
unifying for a
champion.
belt at 23. Before that, it's all unanimous decisions or stoppages. So it's like, hey man, these guys are who they are. You can watch this tape and pick them apart. You got a 23-0 unified champion versus a former welterweight unified champion fighting. And we ain't had to wait for this shit to marinate or nothing. So that's why I'd be like, hey, for both sides, Cass is
All right.
tripping, especially when you
And
watch the tape. Like we
You
went
you
back and
saying
watched
like
T.O. tape and we
hold
told
on, let me
y'all,
you
we
cook
was like, hey
after.
man, T.O. keep his lead hand down. You feel me? Keep his lead hand down, and we say Shakur is with the spacing. We couldn't figure out how he was gonna get past the jab. We was like, he don't stand a chance, and that's what showed up on tape. When you watch both of these guys tape, you're like, hey man, both of these guys can make adjustments.
Yep.
Both of these guys can box. Both of these guys ain't gonna just let you just clock them. You see what I'm saying? Both of these guys done took punches and never touched the ground. So when I look at it like that, I give them both they just do. That's why I got it like by decision. But I got it with Boots because Boots got way more experience, and I don't see how Xander can get past and figure out the stance switching, especially how Boots switches, and he switches like engagement at unpredictable times. He has to be able to identify them looks and or when making a miss in them counters when it happened. But it's hard to assess this fight because everybody caricature. All y'all do is run around and say, "Oh, he's going to stop him in the eighth." What is he doing the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh round before he does that? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And what you think Xander's gonna do when he do it? Because Xander got great feet. Like I said, Xander moves his
Yep.
head off the line. Xander got a good jab that you're gonna have to
And a
respect.
great feint.
And then he got everything else. And he got a good feint and he level change. He do everything. He boxes. So we got two boxers. And the difference between him and Kieran is Kieran was from that Eastern European pendulum swing, and he was bouncing in and out the whole fight, keeping his distance. Xander don't do that. Xander measures distance.
Measures
They're
you
going to
up.
be framing right outside and mid range, trying to figure out where they distance is at. If Boots get the backing up, Xander's going to come forward. If Boots get to coming too forward, Xander's going to go on the back foot or move to the side. They're going to be timing his distance,
Yep.
and then they're going to be figuring out how to set up their plays. They're
Yep.
going to box, bro. And that's
Exactly.
why I love about this. Like you guys like it's not about being a fan of a person. Like I'm more of a fan of Boots because I've been watching Boots longer. But when I watch all the tape, when you sit back, not highlights, when you watch round for round how people figure out and how they be like, damn, this dude didn't miss a round. He went like 50 straight rounds without losing a round.
Yep.
Boxing.
Yep.
Not
And I'm
no
Yep.
gonna tell y'all what's gonna happen,
Latino,
man.
no
Boots
slugging it
gonna
out,
hit
no
Go
no
ahead,
Xander in
Fly.
the
Go
eighth
bullshit.
ahead,
round,
Fly.
and
He is
Xander gonna hit
surgical.
the floor, bro.
He
Okay.
That's
gonna
what's
hit the
gonna happen.
That's
floor.
what's up.
That's a
And
Here's
fact.
what I
coach,
think about the stoppage. The only
let me
thing I
let
think
me
about the stoppage where it's like Boots will stop him is if it gets too down and the pressure, like I was telling y'all with Jermaine Ortiz and Keyshawn, where the pressure of the moment be too much and it's like you got to go out on your shield. Like you ain't gonna not engage. You see what I'm saying? And
So
no,
so that's the
Xander,
thing with
it's gonna
so
be a
Xander.
listen,
With
good
Xander
fight.
so
not
It's gonna be a
Xander
good
engaging,
listen,
dropping
he
fight,
boots.
stepping,
We
yo,
he
just had
until
a
it's
punching.
not a
question,
good
right?
fight no more. It's
let
gonna
me
be a
So
good fight.
hold
It's
up,
gonna be
hold up. So
let me
competitive
say
all
this,
the
Xander,
way
yo.
up to the
I've
eighth
been waiting
round
to talk.
when
so
Xander gonna
Xander
get
dropping
tired of
boots
moving
Hold on.
around a
is
lot,
out of the
and then
Let
question.
Xander
Fly,
gonna
Fly,
try to
Let Fly
stand
Let
in
me
cook.
front of him. Boots gonna hit
okay,
Xander, and Xander gonna hit the floor. That's how it's
let
gonna
me
go
let
down,
me
bro.
let me let me say this. Let me say
So it's
okay.
this.
out of the
The
realm of possibility
total,
that Xander could knock
damn,
out
bro.
boots, right?
No,
Yeah,
it's
It's out
not.
of the
It's not outside
possibility
the realm
Yo,
of
realm.
hold
possibility
on,
that,
hold
that
on.
yeah,
Xander can
yeah.
Wait,
hurt
hold
Boots. You know
on,
what I'm saying?
Blaze, hold on. Let me
Boots got
say
to be
this.
on point.
Let me say this. Here's the thing. Reason why, Coach, I know you asked this question earlier about us, like why is everybody picking Boots apart and things like that. The reason why is because everybody knows what Boots can do, but everybody doesn't criticize Boots' flaws. That's why there's so much of that going on. It's too many
They
people
don't.
just ride. They're just
What
riding with
flaws though, Ray?
Hold on. Before you
Hold
go,
up. If I gotta be quiet, you got
hold,
to too.
they're just riding with the fact that they live with Boots because of his action packed adventures, if you want to say, in the ring, bro. He's been nothing but a solid fighter in the opinions of many viewers, right? Because he gives them something different. He gives them a slick fight, a super slick fighting style. He gives them abilities because he does things that the Matrix and all this and guess what? At the end of the day, those are the same things that get you caught. And we're just pointing out the fact that he puts his chin in the air, right? He's pointing out the fact that he stands in a weird way when he's fighting traditional. He has a very wide gait when he's standing, and those are possibilities of him getting caught. Then you're fighting a fighter down that you haven't fought yet in your career, and especially somebody that's exactly the same size as you, which I don't think Boots has ever fought anybody his size. I'm not saying he hasn't fought taller or shorter, stockier fighters. I'm saying his same size. And this is going to be a challenge for him. The whole point that I'm saying is, and I believe wholeheartedly that we're going to see Boots at his best. This has to be the part that they bring the best out of him. We've heard Bozy say it, and we heard Boots say it. No one has brought the best out of him. So what are we waiting for? Why are we keep diminishing all the opponents that we go after with somebody like Xander, who is the best in the division, in my opinion? I think a lot of people see it that
Right.
way right now. So if we're going to take away the best fighter and the guy
Fedora.
that we believe may be the best opportunity for Boots to showcase his true skill set, why not build the fight up to where we want to see it and make it a hard test? And the reason why people watch fights is for the upsets. They don't watch it because they want to see the win. If you know they're going to win, why watch the fight? Because everyone knows in the back of their mind that this is a possibility that Xander can pull this off. That's why we're watching this fight at the end of the day. And I'm with that. I'm
Hey,
gonna
Ray
keep it
Davis,
honest.
I'm
No, that's not
100%
why I'm
agree.
watching the fight. I'm
Nah,
Oh
watching the
man,
fight
we
nah.
ain't
because
asked you Philly bias,
Opinion.
I'm
nigga.
watching the fight because I know it's going to be a good fight. But
Yeah.
I feel like y'all. I'm not saying Boots
According to
don't have no
you.
flaws. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that Boots don't have flaws. But I feel like when y'all be reaching for flaws, like to say that Boots, doing when he did the Matrix joint on Roman Villa, to say that's a flaw is just being
Nah,
unrealistic,
I
bro.
didn't say
He
it's a
he
flaw.
he don't do that every fight, and he was only doing that to Roman Villa because he was already cooking him. He saw that he was cooked, man. And he wasn't.
I
He knew
didn't
he
say
didn't
that was
belong
a
in there
flaw.
with him after a while. He had already figured him out, and so that's why he did that.
Y'all
He
talking
was
to us
playing.
like we
He was
supposed
playing
to
with his
like
food,
boots.
bro.
But
That's what he was doing. He
Fire, I
don't
Y'all
do
never
that
said
talking
all
to
the
that.
time. We
us.
Fire.
saw
I
him
didn't
do
say
that
the
one
Matrix was a
time.
flaw.
We
Y'all
saw him do
talking to
that
us
one
like we
time, and he
supposed to
was
like
cooking the
boots,
guy
man.
when he did it. So how can we point that
Man.
out as a
See,
flaw? Like it
I
don't
didn't,
make sense. But
but I didn't
hold
say it
on,
was
but
a
let me get
flaw.
this super chat real quick. Yo, shout
But
out to Big Dog Willie with the $2 super chat. He said frequent say Boots has a higher boxing IQ than Ali. No, I ain't never see that, bro.
Straight cash. Last me and my family for the rest of our lives. I'm rich, bitch.
Shout out to Big Dog Willie though. Go ahead, go ahead.
you-
Who
yeah,
was
so
trying to
I
respond?
was saying to you that I don't think the Matrix was a flaw. I never said it was a flaw. I mean, maybe some people did, but I haven't. What I was
No, you
saying
just
is,
said that before I
no, I
said. That's
didn't. I
why I
said him
said that.
sticking his chin in the air is a flaw. I said him doing the Matrix and stuff. People looking at his athleticism, like he does, like he's all about it. Like they use that pictorial to say that's why he's the action packed fighter he is. That's what I said. I didn't say that the Matrix was a flaw. I said stuff like that
You
can
said
get.
him doing. You
I
said
said
him
that
doing
can
the
get him.
Matrix
No,
could
what
get
I
him caught
said. No,
from
what I
playing around. You
exactly,
said you did say it was a flaw.
exactly. That's what I was about to tell you. That I said that type of style and playing around can get you caught and put in trouble. That's
So
what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
you did say
That's
it
so
not
was
a
a flaw.
flaw
That's what
though.
I'm
That's
saying.
not a flaw. That's just overlooking your opponents and putting yourself out there, having too much fun. That's all.
So
That's
that's
not a
not a
flaw.
flaw. What you just
No,
described.
a flaw is what he does with his chin and the way he stands sometimes, and him not using his jab and keeping his hands down. That's his flaws. Him getting frustrated.
I
His
let you go.
frustration
I
is
let
his
you go with
flaw.
it.
so
I'm
so
good.
so so Dre, my thing is this. It's more of the fans that irritate you about Boots. It's not the talent that you see, Dre. Is that what you're trying to say, Dre? The fans piss you off when it comes to Jerron Ennis?
Mike
Hold up,
check.
bro. Oh, what you say? What you say?
No, I was saying like it's more of the fans that piss you off when it come to when they talk about Boots. It's not really the raw talent you see in the ring.
Well, like I said, it ain't even enough tape on this dude for them to be saying anything. But like when it
so
come to
that's
Boots,
so
boy,
that's what it
he's the
is.
best.
Okay,
Like
that's what it is. Okay.
he's the best just
Sometimes
cause a
sometimes
motherfucker
fans
said that shit.
no,
Like, come on, man.
sometimes fans can irritate you about people. I ain't gonna lie, that is true. But he got raw talent, bro. You gotta block out the fans and just watch him. He got talent, bro. I know you like boxing. He
Hey
got
yo, we
talent.
got Rude on the panel. Salute,
Oh, this
yo.
nigga
What's
rude. What
what's
the
good,
fuck,
yo?
this nigga?
What's up, nigga?
What up,
Hey
What's
man,
nigga?
good
I
with you,
ordered
man?
my hoodie, man, but I couldn't see myself typing in your chat. What happened?
Huh? No, you in the chat?
You typed. I already seen your messages.
Yeah,
I'm talking about
you in
through
the
rude
chat. I
exposure.
put
I
you
ain't
up on the
see it.
screen.
You got
Yeah,
me
it came
blocked?
up. It came
No,
up.
you ain't blocked. I just put your joint on the screen earlier.
Yeah.
I don't see it.
Hold on, let me see.
I don't see my name.
You don't
I
see
must
that
be
right there?
going crazy.
You don't see that right there?
You don't see that right there? Come on, Rude.
Yo, I don't know
Yeah.
why
Dre
I'm
back in
talking.
the building.
All
Yo,
right. Let me
listen,
know.
If
yo.
I was trying to block you, I
Let,
wouldn't even let you come up here.
yeah,
No,
you
if
would.
you block
Yeah, you
somebody, I don't think
would.
they could get on the panel, bro.
Yeah,
But
you
go ahead.
would.
Yo, he
What you
got a
got,
big
bro?
house, bro. Leave him
Yeah,
alone.
yeah, yeah. I'm trying to figure out because y'all keep talking about this man can't cut the ring off. I'm trying to figure out like
Who
y'all feel
said
like
that?
Boots just don't learn, right? He just gonna stay the same. He ain't never gonna get no better, right? And then like my boy, my brother Coach Eddie. Yeah, man, this man here, y'all talking about all the flaws that Boots got, but you ain't talking about none of the flaws that Xander got. I
You
want you to
lying. I just
concentrate
really
on
pointed
that
out
there.
three flaws of Xander.
And
You
you ain't
really,
gotta go back
Yo,
over
let
them
me get the
either.
super chat
uh,
real quick, y'all. Yo,
Yeah.
shout out to Big Dog Willie with the $2 super chat again. He said Ray Davis said Devin punched harder than Julian Jackson. Fact. You said that right?
Straight cash. Last me and my family for the rest of our lives. I'm rich, bitch.
Yo, that's crazy, bro.
That's true. Hey, Devin cracking. Y'all know that.
Yo, he funny as. He definitely punch you harder than Shakur though, Blue. I mean, Big
Yeah,
Dog.
that's a fact. That's a fact. Now, that's a
Yo,
fact. That's
that's
a
why
fact.
Shakur don't want to fight him. But anyway, yo, I'm about to bounce, y'all. I gotta deal with hang out with my wife.
My
You know
nigga
what I
Ray.
mean?
All right,
Yeah,
Nah,
salute.
I
man.
ain't
All right,
heard
man.
it.
Peace
This nigga
out.
say deal with my
All right,
wife,
brother.
nigga.
Salute,
Stop
man.
playing, Ray.
Listen, Phase, chill out, bro.
All right, my
All
Ray. Much love, bro.
right, man. Peace.
Yeah, I want to get to this. Want to get back to Devin Haney though, man. I feel like Shakur giving us a whole lot of confidence because every time Devin name come up, he talking about weight and all this other shit. But this nigga on tape, literally talking about fighting Conor being at 154 and shit, man. I'm like, you really shook out here for real, huh?
Mm-hmm.
How niggas
Yo,
feel about
speaking of
that?
Conor Ben, who y'all think? Why Conor Ben going back down to 147? If it's hard for him to make the weight, shouldn't he just stay at 154? Like, what's up with that? Like,
He
if
trying
you
to
Gonna
get
feel
get
that
cooked
money
healthy
at.
up
Gonna
going,
get
there,
man.
cooked at
stay up
54.
there.
He
He
gonna
gonna
get
get
Gonna get
cooked
cooked.
cooked.
everywhere.
He gonna get
He
cooked.
he doing catch
What?
weights left and right.
Wait,
He
he
doing
gonna
Why
get
you
beat
gonna
at
kill yourself to
47. He
make
gonna get buried at
147 though?
54. He gonna
Hey, you
He
get
had a
know,
buried at
hard time
54.
making 151 or whatever.
but
Him and
but
Regis
he
just
doing
scored at.
catch weights.
Flyer, you
He
didn't know that he just signed the Zuffa? You know why he signing the Zuffa? That's like going back to the amateurs. He know he can't compete in the regular. You know what I mean? He can't compete
They
in
gonna
No,
the.
feed
you
him
got
tens. They gonna build
Timu
him up, feed him
Haynos over
tens.
there too, bro. He could get
Oh man,
cooked over there.
so you could get cooked over there. That's a fact. He can. He
Yeah.
Hey,
can.
but nah, let me respond to what he's talking about with Shakur. Hey, man, check this out. For a long time, and I'll tell you now, I don't know about everybody else, but listen, man, I respect everything that Shakur does in the ring. He's nice, but I don't stand on nothing that comes out his mouth, bro. He's like, he say the darnest things. We don't, he be everywhere, been everywhere his whole career. That's why they call him Twitterson. You feel me?
Yeah.
And so it's like, I don't respect it because it's like, hey, man, you was reigning champ at 135 before they stripped you. You're reigning champ at 140. When you watch T.O., you're screaming Conor to come into the ring, talking about
just,
147 with a rehydration clause, but not only
just
said the
shut
rehydration
up.
clause.
You
Hold
know.
up, not even that. No, it's worse than that. It's worse than just saying the rehydration clause. Go back. He said, I want to weight drain you so you will be half dead, like Chris Eubanks. Like he literally tell you he's trying to have an advantage when he fights a bum or a trash can. So it'd be like, bro, he needs to just shut up and just fight, bro.
Right.
Real
Just don't
talk,
say
straight up,
nothing.
because it
Don't
don't
say
matter. Just
nothing.
don't say
Yeah.
nothing, bro.
Don't say
Just don't
nothing.
say nothing, bro.
Uh huh.
And you feel me? Because it'd be weird. Because on the one end, he
Uh
says all this
huh.
crazy stuff. And then on the other end, the reality is cats don't really want to fight Shakur like that. Ain't nobody running around every day talking about, I'll beat
Uh-uh.
Shakur up. I'll beat
Uh-uh.
Shakur up. Fight Shakur.
Uh-uh.
Fight Shakur. I don't see that
Uh-uh.
because they know
Uh-uh.
they'll fuck around and get in there and get embarrassed. And
Uh-huh.
but the thing with Shakur right now is Shakur is in the DHP boat. They're independent contractors, and Turkey stalled because of the war with Saudi
Uh-huh.
Arabia, with Iran. And let me give you just real quick on that, doing some geopolitics and why it's so significant. That Strait of Hormuz, 20% of the oil come out of that. 90% of it go to China though, and they stalling that joint out. And
Mm,
that whole border of that Hormuz, that strait is Iran. It's the country. So Saudi had big business too going through there with the oil, right? Because that's what they known for. They was moving that oil through that strait. They're not moving that oil through that strait. What they got is they got underground pipelines under their country that they've been built for like 40 years. They've been using it, flexing it for like 2 million barrels a day. But they done built it out to have capacity to move 8 million barrels a day. But even when they move 8 million barrels a day and go outside of the strait and just bring it on land and push it out, it still don't cover for all the commerce because like 20 million barrels a day come through that strait. So Saudi Arabia ain't thinking about no fucking boxing right now. They done paid for what they
right.
paid for with these fights, and then they going on. You see, they done pulled out of golf and everything. It's the war, bro. So the point I'm trying to make with Shakur and Devin is they have to sign to a major promotional company. If it's a 2-fight deal, 3-fight deal, before we see them fight for what they want to fight for. You
They
see what I'm
gonna be
saying?
back.
So
They're
They're
gonna
gonna
be
be
back.
back, but because they'll sign a Zupa,
They're gonna be
they'll
back.
sign somewhere, they'll sign a match room. Shakur probably signed a match room. You see what I'm saying? So it's like when he talks to Conor Ben, well, I
Immediately,
don't know the Conor
Blaze.
Ben fight.
Immediately,
You feel me?
Blaze.
But no, it don't even gotta be immediately. They just choose their options in a few months. They just fought.
And why
Shakur
are we
just
Shakur
fought in
stuck
should
on
sign to
September.
why
Zuffa.
hold
Shakur,
up, why when it comes to this situation, we're stuck on Shakur and Haney. You know how many other fighters that is out here that ain't got shit going on
yeah, but now
and
they're on
don't
the pound for
sell,
pound
don't do
list.
nothing?
They're on the pound for pound list, and we trying to see if they're gonna really climb their way to the top if they fight who they supposed to fight. That's why we talk about them. See what I'm saying? These
Man,
guys is that
Hmm.
but
good and they're in
it's too
position.
many other fighters out here that like these dudes is gonna have fights. I don't give a fuck what's going on. Turkey, no PBC, no
Yeah.
nothing. We gonna see Shakur and Devin again. We just listening to these fucking tank channels that's always talking this shit, man. We gotta stop following this shit, bro.
I
Like,
mean, look, we
cause
let
I'm gonna
them.
tell
They
you
can
right
have their
now,
piece, bro. It don't matter. The
cause
Zufas
I can.
here,
But
Golden
hold
Boys
up,
here, the
hold up,
Zones here. There's gonna be a whole bunch of platforms for
but hold
boxers
up.
to
It's gonna
fight.
be a
Boxing
whole
is gonna
bunch of
still go on.
Look, it's gonna be a whole bunch of fighters getting stripped and going over there to sign to Zuffa. We talking about how trash Conor Ben is. That motherfucker just got $15 million. So
Hey, but
what?
listen
So
though,
so what is we
but
talking about? Them throwing money away and all this other shit when Conor Ben, at all people, just got $15 million. You telling me ain't nobody else gonna go over there? You out your fucking mind? Not named, and I'm talking about not named Shakur and Devin. I better be 10 motherfuckers that go to Zuffa before they do.
Hey, before the year end, Dre, I got a lot
Like,
of dudes
come
going
on,
to
man.
Zuffa. Before the year
That's
end,
what I'm
we probably
saying.
gonna have like 7 more dudes that we know go to Zuffa. Real talk.
That's what I'm saying. Like, come on,
Zuffa
man.
coming because they can
If
pay them.
Zuffa, if
They
Devin
can pay
Haney and
them.
Shakur, yeah, if Devin Haney
Zupa's
and
about to
Shakur
be
ever,
legit though.
but hold up, if Devin Haney
Yeah,
ever
they
signed
they
a,
he is
hold
legit.
on. If Devin Haney and Shakur sign a Zuffa, it's gonna be because there's 10 other guys that they want to fight over there that's
Yep.
already there at
And it's
Zuffa.
gonna
Yep.
be real, but it's gonna be competitive
Watch,
fights. Look, what's gonna happen with Zupa? No, Zupa's about to
watch.
do everything they set out to do if they do it. Because first and foremost, they signing established stars already. Them guys are gonna continue to fight people and unify and fight good people. And then also, you got to realize, hey man, 3, 4 years down the line, you're gonna have a fighter come out from Zupa with just the black Zupa gloves and Zupa shorts, and then damn
Uh-huh.
near a fight for one of these alphabet titles. Like they're
Yeah.
gonna legitimize themselves because they're letting people fight. That's what people don't realize. And this ain't gonna be like the UFC because if you leave the UFC, there ain't nothing there. When you're outside of your Zupa contract, you back to the international boxing world, and you can sign with one of these other major promotional companies. And if you got a
And
name, you can really compete at the highest level. So
Blaze,
Cats
cook
is
on
gonna
this too,
fight.
Blaze. Cook on this too, Blaze. I think Zuffa might build a fighter that's legit because
On
I
the
think they
ground
might
up,
put
bro.
they gonna put a fighter
Right.
through the ringer. They
Listen,
gonna
bro,
figure out
he's
who the
gonna
guy
go through the
are.
gauntlet. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
he gonna
gonna
go
have
through the
all his
gauntlet.
fights is gonna be competitive from the jump. Then they gonna be in that compound, and all he gonna be doing is boxing. You feel me? He gonna be locked in, and you know if they get their rankings right, how they do it, you know how they do it. Number one and number two got to fight, and you can't hold the belt. You gonna have to vacate it if you can't. You feel me? Defend that joint within 6 months.
Hey, Dana don't want to hear it. If you the best, you fighting the best. Dana not
Period.
playing that. Yeah.
That's what I'm
Mhm.
saying. That's what motherfuckers is really scared of. They scared of their favorite fighter getting put in that gauntlet. That's why. That's what the
You
celebration's
got to
about.
fight Godzilla.
You gotta fight some goddamn body, him or King Kong. It ain't no other way out of there. You can't fight Donkey and shit. Nah, nigga. Go over there. You want
You
this
gonna see
money?
dudes
Go over there.
running out the ring and shit. They will
I
run out
swear
the
to
ring.
God.
Oh shit! Hold
I
on.
swear to
Yeah,
God.
nah. You see, old boy got upset. Who just got upset on the Zupa card?
Oh, Merriweather, Robert
Mayweather,
Merriweather.
Merriweather, yeah, because
Yeah,
they let you
Robert
know they're not playing
Come on,
Merriweather.
on.
man.
You ain't had no tape on that boy. That boy was somewhere hungry, like really
Hey,
working.
Tony
You
Hirsch
feel
out
me?
of Cali, out of Oakland, out the
You
Bay.
see what I'm saying?
Real dude.
On everything. And that's one thing
Real
about them is
dude.
they got good matchmaking. So when you come up in Zupa, you've been really fighting and out
That's all I
tomato
gotta say.
cans.
We just gotta remember that. Conor Ben got $15 million. Just remember that.
Man, we don't know if he
Whenever
got
this
And he
that much money.
signed
We don't
conversation,
another
care.
five
We
fight
don't
deal
care.
too, right?
He's trash though. We don't care. They building him up or
that's
whatever,
that's
but
that's my
he ain't
point.
nobody.
That's my point. But we talking like
But
Shakur and Devin his ass out. This motherfucker
Yo,
signed
no,
for
that's
no,
why I was
$15
saying I
million.
because it's
think Devin
different.
should
It's
Come on.
slide
different
over
though.
there for one
But
year,
no,
Hey,
man.
listen to
Slide
me.
over
No, no,
there,
look at
get
the play though. Look at
get
the play on
Conor
how.
Ben,
Hold
then
on,
he
real
can
Come
quick.
get
on.
Timu
Hold on, real
Haynos,
quick. Hold on,
Richardson
real quick.
Hitchens. You know what I'm saying? It's a couple fights over there for him to just do
Hey,
a 1 year
Blaze.
deal.
Hey, real quick though, when we
Hey,
talk
cook
about
on this
Conor
real quick,
Ben, he done
Blaze.
established. Hold up. He done established his name with the legacy fights with these sons fighting their fathers' fights, right? And they fill up like 50,000 over there, whatever they moving that money in Europe. Conor Ben is established like international name already. So when he's making this big fights, that's the market that they had. And you seen this fight was over there in Europe. Shakur and Devin is just in a boat to where, like we're saying right now, what I'm telling you, they have to go sign to a major promotional company. They're not going to get a one-off deal. It's going to have to be like a 3-fight deal or something. You feel me? If they want some front end money.
So,
They
so
they could
Blaze,
go
cook on
they could
this.
go over there and mess with Zuffa, or they could just
Yeah,
Right,
they
chill.
right,
could.
Man,
They
let's
could
right.
get it.
just
Yeah.
chill
Hold
and
up,
wait till
man.
Turkey come back.
Let's
Turkey
get this
coming
shit.
back, bro.
Let's put this shit all up on the table. The real reason Devin Haney really ain't got to fight is because punk ass Ryan Garcia didn't want to sign up to that goddamn all year drug testing from here on out to all the way to September. That's the only reason why we ain't got a Devin Haney fight right now. So fuck all this
I
bullshit that
mean,
motherfuckers is talking
you
about.
can blame it. No, one thing about it, when you A side, you can make a fight when the
Nah,
fight fall
man.
through. No, listen to me. Check this out. We don't know if Devin Haney can fight because we don't know if he can really get a contract that he's and can be agreeable to. That's the problem. Why
That's the problem too. Yeah.
you got little Kiki right now fighting in May in Virginia. Norfolk,
Mm-hmm.
Virginia, got his brothers on the card, canceled they
Hometown, all the
DB3,
shit.
canceled
Yeah.
they April 4th fight, right? Canceled his brother's
Mm-hmm.
April 4th fight, got him on the card May 16th, fighting Albright. You feel me? And they went and
They were
got
top
Brian Norman
rank.
Jr. as the
The
coach.
top rank got a
Exactly.
Exactly.
deal.
That's
That's
the
his
point what
point.
I'm
Yeah,
trying to
That's the
top
tell you.
point.
rank.
Major
That's the point.
promotion. So we're gonna fuck
He
around and
need
see
that.
Kiki fight in three fights in a year. And he's
All
staying
right,
at
look,
140.
look.
Now I'm trying to figure out what's he gonna do. What's he gonna do,
Yeah.
FaZe? Hey,
Three
FaZe, when
fights in
he
a
gets
year.
that here Albright out of here, who's he fighting at 140?
Oh,
Because
he
he's
gotta go
keeping
get
him at
Gary.
140.
He gotta go
That's
get
what I'm
Gary
Gary.
saying. So that's what I'm
or
saying. So Devin ain't the
Dalton
only one that's
Smith.
adding sauce. Exactly. So Devin ain't this ass out ass fighter when you got
No,
when
no,
you
no,
got
no,
that
no, no,
question
No,
no.
right
we just
there.
saying Devin's on weight while we about to watch these other cats with major promotions make moves. So I'm saying that's all
Yeah,
we saying.
he.
He's on
I'm
ice
saying
right
he
now.
should sign.
and
I'm saying he
the
should
show's
sign.
gonna continue to go on. That's
It's
exactly
gonna
what
be all
happened.
right. It's gonna be all right.
Right.
And he
I
gonna
promise
jump
it'll be
in. He
okay.
gonna sign the contracts and
And
figure it out. But right now,
because that
we done exposed him. That list is bogus because you can't make a fight. The whole
and
list is
Xander's a
bogus.
great.
You can't send a
I'm sorry,
contract.
not Xander. Devin's a great
See
fighter.
what I'm saying?
Shakur is a great fighter, but it's not must see TV. It's not.
Yes, it is. Because they hate
No, it
that
isn't.
motherfucker. They gonna see
Well,
him
okay,
so
that's
that they gonna
fine.
check for him
That's
to
your
see if they
opinion, but
lose.
it's not.
Yeah,
It's
that's
not
your
like
opinion.
somebody's clamoring to like when to make a
Devin
Devin
and
Haney
Rolly
fight.
don't sell on its own. You
Nobody's
feel me?
no
They'd have to
nobody.
have
I
an
can say there
undercard,
are
and you
some
got to
people
fund
that's
the
clamoring, but
undercard
like for
too.
the consensus, the casual fans aren't clamoring like when to next
No,
Devin Haney fight. The
They're
diehard
gonna be
fans are.
watching
yeah,
because they want to have something to say because they most likely another fighter's fans that's a rival to him. They
but
gonna
we
watch
don't
that
think it's
fight.
going. The only fight that sells for
Hey,
Devin is Ryan Garcia versus Devin, bro.
Who's
Not
out here
hey,
Rolly.
Trent.
selling not named Canelo Alvarez? Please tell me.
But that's the point where I'm trying to make. If he ain't selling
Silence.
like that,
That's
if
what
he
I'm
making the
saying.
argument, then he needs no. Listen to me. That's why he needs to sign to a major promotional
He
company
need to,
because he can't make a fight, homie.
and that's my dog. He
The
need to.
numbers
You
don't
need
add up,
dance
bro.
partners. You need dance partners, man. You got that, and and if
You need
you
a
gotta
major
have somebody
promotional
to
company
fund
to
your own
put a
fights.
card together
No,
Yeah.
and
I
put a
think he
good
still can
card
hold
together
out,
too.
man. It's gonna look like this when you going against the machine, man.
Well, that's
Right.
cool
Right.
though. We gonna be on the
But
outside
Yeah.
looking in, brother. The
no,
show's
he's
That's
gonna
the
not
keep
gonna
key.
be on
going.
the
I
outside
promise.
No,
looking in.
bro,
He ain't never
Devin
The
gonna
gonna
be on
show's
the
gonna
show
keep
outside
out.
going.
looking
He
in.
He
gonna
gonna
No, he
show
ain't
sign.
never
out,
gonna be
man.
on the outside
He
looking
gonna
in.
sign, man. He gonna
No,
sign to
he
Golden
He
Boy,
he is gonna
Matchroom. He gonna
sign.
sign to
But Blaze, let
somebody.
me ask you
what he
this.
gonna
Let me
sign a
ask you this,
2-fight
Blaze.
deal?
Like a
Yeah, that's
3-fight
cool.
deal,
That's
two
all we
fights. Okay,
need.
yeah,
That's all we
yeah.
need.
That
That's
ain't
all we
He gonna
shit.
need.
sign
Yeah,
though.
that's cool.
I
He do
mean,
that
it's
all the
cool.
time.
Hey, we're
He do
not
that all the
knocking him.
time.
Listen, bro, check this out, bro. I am not a
He do
Devin
that all the
Haney.
time
Hey,
though.
check this out, bro. Check this out, bro. I'm not even arguing. We're agreeing. He just gonna have to sign to a major promotional company. It's not gonna be a one-off, bro. That's
So
it.
why is it such a big deal when he does this shit all the time? 2-fight deal,
Yeah, he not
3-fight
Nobody's
deal,
making a
one
saying
fight.
big
it's a
deal
big.
out
What
of
the
We're
fuck
nothing,
is
not
the
bro.
saying
big
it's a
deal?
big fight deal. What we're saying is right now he can't make a fight, homie. Like, period.
Man,
What are
he
you
could
talking
make
about? He
a
Well,
can't make a
fucking
Blaze.
fight.
fight.
No,
Well,
he
Blaze,
can't.
let me ask you this. This is what I want you to cook on, Blaze. If
Mm.
if you're Devin Haney or you're Shakur Stevenson, uh, and Zuffa has reached out to you, do you think I think it's better to sign now because I'm projecting Zuffa to have like 10 more fighters that we know by the end of the year. And
Hey,
then
but Faze, look, let me
so
answer your
wait, wait,
question real
wait, wait,
quick to
wait,
get
real
out your
quick,
way.
real quick.
I'm gonna
I'm gonna
answer it.
land, I'm
Hold
gonna land,
on,
I'm
let
gonna
him
land with
finish.
you.
Let him finish,
So
Blaze.
I'm projecting like 10 fighters going to Zuffa. And
Yep.
then maybe when they got all these other fighters, they might lowball the offer to Devin and Shakur. Versus
Hey,
if
so look,
Devin and
here's what I'm
Shakur
thinking.
sign now, they get more money.
So let me tell you what I think real quick. Shakur, I think he got a dilemma because he's still be in partnership with Eddie. So he might be less reluctant to sign with Zuffa and then hang out with Matchroom. Now Devin don't fuck with Eddie and them, so he's likely to probably go to Zuffa faster than Shakur.
They was
You feel
just
me? And
cupcaking at the Andy Cruz Martel fight.
I
Devin
mean,
was
but
just sitting right next to
we
Eddie
know
there.
Zuffa, but we know Zuffa is they do that, but they be talking crazy about each other. They ain't talking like
Not
we ain't
the
heard
Blaze.
Eddie say
Blaze.
nothing to
Ah
Lauren
man.
about
Let me say this. Let
Devin.
me say this. Let me
That's
say this.
promotion. That's promotion right there
I'm
though
saying
Let
so.
too.
me
It's
say
like
this.
all I'm giving you my speculation. I don't know,
Now
brother. Maybe
let me
something
say
done
this.
changed. But what I'm telling you is like what FaZe is saying. These guys got to sign to a major now. FaZe adding the element to the game where like, look, you gonna let all these other fighters before you get this money and sign these contracts, and we're gonna lowball you when you come over here if you don't get over here now. See what I'm
Oh,
right.
saying?
That's what I'm
I don't
thinking.
know
I'm
about
thinking
that.
that.
No.
But let
I'm
me say
thinking
this.
that.
Let me say this.
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah, I hear
like
you.
I feel like Eddie want to sign Devin, but
Bad.
he don't want to sign the deals that they've been doing. Like
He's
because
not gonna inflate his
hold on,
value.
let me say this. Let me say this. Let me finish this.
Yep.
Like they've been in that partnership stuff, and Devin can just lead a nigga whenever he want to. So he don't want to do that. He like, if
No.
you my guy, I
Be
back
my
you.
guy.
That's what he keeps saying.
Yeah, he
Be
need the
my guy.
loyalty, oh, bro.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
He
He need a
want him in a
loyalty, oh, bro.
contract. He don't want
And
him
you
to
got to
Be
be.
my
realize he
guy.
lost money with Devin too.
Yeah.
So it'd be like he ain't just he ain't hating on him when he say that. He's
Oh, he
saying, look,
want
it
the
don't
power
add
to
up.
put him on the shelf, basically. He
What
want the
what
No,
power to
what
yeah,
put him
what
on
yeah,
the
money
yeah,
he
shelf.
yeah,
lost
yeah.
with Devin?
No, he wants to
Let
have
me
an
finish this.
opportunity to have a big
Let me
What
fight
finish this.
when he
money
But
he
pop.
lost with
That's what
Devin
it
then?
sounds like.
I don't think he lost that much money. But
He ain't lose no money with
yeah.
Devin.
But let me
He
say
want
this.
the power to put
Let
him
me
on the
say this.
shelf. That's what it
Every
is.
big fight, Devin just took off and left him. He said, "You can't do nothing for me," and he gone. He did it with Ryan Garcia. He did it when it was time to go to Top Rank.
Yeah,
He was like,
Eddie
"You
need
can't do
in was
nothing
supposed to
for
be
me,
in on the
so
Garcia fight.
I'm
He want in
gone."
on the biggest fights. He don't want to give you the money and then
Yeah,
you go up and get the big fight off of him. See
yeah.
what I'm saying? And
That's
that's
why he
what he
want to
didn't
deal
have
with him.
before with him. So it's like I'm not listen, bro. And I don't hold no promoters. I'm not pro promoter. Nothing is business.
Yeah.
But it's
Fuck
the
them promoters.
negotiation and leverage. You see what I'm saying?
And
It's all about
Eddie's gonna
negotiation
be
and
more
leverage between the
reluctant
fighter
now
and the
because of what
promoter.
happened with Conor Ben. He's gonna be even more reluctant to even
And
give
then
any
you got
money
to
because
realize when they
Conor
talk
Ben
about, but
burned
look.
him.
Yeah.
But
Conor
look,
Ben burned him up
but
for
you got to
real.
look at Devin's numbers though. Like they only said he did like 150,000 pay per view against Loma. Now I don't care about pay per view numbers because they ain't really been legit since like 2016. They're all like according sources and unconfirmed. And then stream everybody can steal it.
Because
So
none of these
you feel
fighters
me?
is
It's
selling
about.
for real.
But that's what I'm trying to tell you. But you got to deal with that, and then you got to see what Oscar did to Devin when they said they didn't make no money on that fight. You see what I'm saying? And that's Devin's biggest fight. So that's the thing where it be looking like, hey, bro,
Yeah.
I'm not hating
I
on him
don't know how
about
you
whether
don't
or not
make
he
no
can
money
sell or
when
not.
they
I don't know either. That's what they
No,
said because
when
remember
he
they
didn't
said he
lose
they
no
took it.
money
Hold
hey
on,
on
hold on.
that fight.
He took
He
it.
when they
didn't
Hey
when
lose
Devin
they
no
yo,
took
money.
the
hold on,
deal on the
y'all.
net, and he said he didn't
Y'all,
make
hold
no
on.
profit.
Yo,
Devin
I
got
just
money. You
asked
remember that?
I just asked Alexa how many pay-per-view buys did Devin Haney versus Brian Norman Jr. Get. And you know what she said, yo? She said 705,000 pay-per-view buys.
Wow. Wow.
But remember, he was the undercard.
Mr. Ass
Don't act like
out.
he was the main card.
Mr.
But
That's
what I'm
Ass
that's
trying to
out.
tell
crazy.
you is according to what source though? They don't tell you no
Oh
source.
man.
AI ain't
Now,
gonna give you no source for that. He's not gonna
According
give
to
you no
Mr.
person,
Ass
no
out.
actual person that's gonna say that.
who you
You see
said
what I'm
Oh,
saying?
okay.
But the
Alexa's not
thing
going to
about
give
it
you
with
But the
those
average
pay per
person
view
Alexa's
not
not
buys,
going
gonna
to
give
give
you
those
you
the
aren't
numbers
nothing.
though,
individual
right?
buys. That's a
Alexa, where did
subscription
that
He
come
don't
base.
want no
from?
numbers, bro.
That is a subscription base. That is the freaking subscription base. It's not
He
Subscription
like
wasn't
to
a
that.
what?
subscription
It was
though.
not
That
like
was a Ring
700
Magazine pay-per-view
individual
card.
pay per view buys that were bought.
It's all about pay-per-view bras, brother.
But what I'm telling you is the numbers ain't accurate. Google it. All y'all Google it. Nobody's gonna put their name on them numbers, bro. They're gonna say
He
according to
did.
reports and all of that. No, what I'm telling you is AI. If you believe AI, then you lost. Nigga. If you're gonna believe just anything coming out of you googling something, you don't know up from down, homie.
I
Especially
don't
like with
believe none of I
journalism
don't believe
and
none of
like
you
with
niggas like
factual.
basically saying like, oh, Devin Haney ain't gonna do this, ain't gonna do I don't believe
No,
none of that
that's
shit.
opinion. That's
I'm looking
opinions, bro.
forward to
We're
the
talking about
fight.
opinions. We're talking about opinions and facts. That's what I'm trying to tell
Like,
you. I'm not going
man,
to debate with you about no pay-per-view numbers because them numbers ain't necessarily real. Now, if you think Devin Haney's better than another fighter, we can debate about that because you got a right to your opinion. But I'm not gonna argue with you about no imaginary numbers that you can't tell me if they're real or fake.
I mean, Devin Haney ain't. I'm hearing Devin Haney ain't got no value, and it's all about them
You know what,
pay-per-view
man?
numbers.
No, we're
They
not
That's
gonna
all
saying
push
I'm
Devin
whatever
Haney
hearing.
doesn't got
narrative they
value. We're
want.
saying that
They
Devin
gonna push
Haney
whatever
ain't.
narrative
He
they
ain't
want
Damn,
the
in these
face
bro.
of
boxing
boxing.
streets
He's not
because
the. He's
because
not nowhere
they
near
inflate
Damn.
the numbers
the
when they
most
want
profitable
to.
boxer,
They
bro.
move the numbers around. They don't
Exactly.
never give you a straight. You know what I'm saying? Uh, they don't ever give you the numbers. They always, they either they scaling back on the numbers or they blowing them up. So
Hey, but I know. But what I'm telling you, what we can
how can
talk,
we
we can
know?
look at. You can look at Gates. He ain't got one of the record Gates as the top card. He's been undercards too. Nobody's hating on Devin when we talk about the numbers. It's just, hey, the math and the business is right there in
No,
front of your face.
Devin been
Pay-per-views is more
doing.
important.
Yo, Devin versus Ryan
But pay per
Garcia
views,
was
you
is
can't
number 3
substantiate it
all
no more.
time
The numbers
at the
ain't real, bro.
Barclays. What you talking about, bro?
They said, look, they said Shakur and TL ran 1.2 million pay-per-view buys. But I don't believe it because nobody's putting their name on that number, bro. You can Google it right now. And there's no source, no ESPN,
All
no
right,
USA Today,
hold on,
no
Blaze. Let's talk
no
about Gates.
Coppinger, no
Let's
Dan
talk about
Raphael, no nobody's gonna say the numbers is
Gates
real.
are not even important.
Nobody
but let's
from
talk about the
it
No,
is. What are you
Gates.
gates
talking
are
about?
important, bro.
Ain't nobody
When you
doing the
fill up
Gates he
a
Devin doing when he
thousand arena, yeah,
no,
that counts as something.
hold on. Ain't nobody doing the Gates Devin doing when he the main event. And like Boots not doing it. All these other guys
Yeah,
y'all
but
saying that they rising
But
stars,
they
they're
ass out.
nowhere near. But that's what I'm trying to tell you.
they
You're
not doing
talking
the
about
same
these
gate.
fighters ain't the most popular fighters, and that's the point where you're missing. Their skills don't correlate with their stardom.
So why does Shakur and
So
Devin
you
have
don't mix it up.
more gate numbers than them
But
then?
what I'm
If
telling you
like they
is they
such
don't want to
rising
do
stars,
business with him, bro,
I I
because
I, I would
he's not
expect that
winning
they
like
have
that.
better gates than them, and they don't. When you look at their
P.
numbers,
Bud Goldford said you sipping the Kool-Aid, bro.
I'm just saying when you look at Shakur and Dev numbers, Boots numbers ain't even close. Like, cause I didn't seen Devin and Shakur do
Yeah,
3 million at the
we
gates.
know
I haven't
Devin
seen Boots do
get
that.
the most hate on these YouTube streets, man.
But
So they gonna
you
tell you.
got to remember,
So they gonna
Boost
you go to
Boost
these
is
channels, they gonna
his
tell you he don't
stardom is
sell and
growing.
all this other
Boost
stuff,
is
man.
growing. He's growing. He's going upside right now. He's moving up.
So is Devin.
I'm just
And
saying they be talking
that
about.
may be true. He's moving up, and if he
Hold on,
beats
they be
Xander,
talking
it's going
about
to
David.
continue to move.
They
I
be talking
think
about
that
David
Boost has the
Benavidez
highest
too.
trajectory out of all the fights because
Yeah,
the way that he does fight, and he's
nah, but I'm
entertaining.
saying this though. They talk about David Benavidez too. They talking about he this big star, this and that. He ain't done no more gate than Devin Haney or Shakur. Both their gates be bigger than his when they the main events. So like I'm not taking that because they be knocking people out, this and that. That more people want to watch them
That's
fight.
crazy.
It'll show
Hey,
by
look,
their gates
and how about this
if that was
though?
true.
When Brian Norman Jr. versus Devin Haney was on the card with David Benavidez, everybody wanted to see the Devin Haney versus Brian
That's what
Norman
I'm
Jr.
saying.
fight, man.
Exactly.
Oh yeah,
That's what I'm
That's what
saying.
sold the fight. That's what
Right.
sold the pay-per-view. But everybody trying to act
Nobody
like
give a nobody give a fuck about no goddamn
yeah.
Anthony Yard.
Yeah, ain't
The
nobody care
fuck?
about that, man. Everybody was tuning in
Shit.
mostly for the Devin Haney versus Brian Norman Jr. They had the
I didn't even
oh,
care what
Floyd
happened for the
Mayweather
rest of the
Jr.
fucking
fight.
night.
People
unfortunately,
wanted to see Devin
a
lose.
lot of people were tuning in to see Devin get knocked out.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. That's why I said it had the
Exactly.
It don't
Floyd
matter though.
Mayweather
They
And
Jr.
that's
tuned in.
how
See,
effect. They
see,
and
wanted
look,
to
that's how
tune. They was
Devin's gonna
tuning in to see
sell.
him
Bronco.
lose.
If they tuned in, they tuned in. It don't matter what they
And
watching
that's
for.
yeah, exactly. And that's how Devin is gonna sell. That's how Devin sells. We're gonna see him
Yeah,
get his ass whooped.
and that's the thing. He needs to stop being a people pleaser and just beat dudes up and just
Hey, look,
yeah.
that's what my argument was with
That's
this
what I'm
whole
saying.
Rolly
Yup.
Romero situation.
He need to cherry
And
pick.
people try to act like I'm not talking sense, yo. They was saying that, they
Hmm.
basically was saying that the fight cost 6 million. You know what I'm saying? So they said, so what Devin said was it was a zero guarantee, and they had 6 million in expenses for the fight to pay, to cover, from the pay-per-view back end before he start making money. And after that, every dollar that he make, he had to split it 50-50 with Rolly Romero. Now, if you look at how the PBC have been doing their pay-per-views, all their pay-per-views has been $80, bro. That's why I ain't get the last one, the Fundora fight. I think Fundora and Keith Thurman,
Yeah, I
man.
wasn't
They
buying
sold
that shit.
Yeah,
40K, bro.
it was $80. Yeah, so if you look at that, bro, if the the pay-per-view is gonna be $80, so it's only gonna take like 75K pay-per-view buys to cover that 6 million. So for them to say it's for them to try to give them a zero guarantee just don't make sense because they could easy cover the expenses of the fight. You know what I'm saying? They could have gave him 1.5 or 2 million even,
Bro, they are
and
sinking shit,
still
bro.
came out.
That's a sinking ship. They can't even stay on one fucking network to keep their fights being shown and shit.
I
Like,
mean,
come on,
nah, to be
man.
fair though, PBC done been damn near on every network. Back when they was in their heyday, they was
Right.
everywhere. They was on Fox, ESPN, and TNT, like all at the same time.
Because
It's
don't
just
nobody
like
want to work with them.
the landscape done changed. You feel me? They'll, like I said,
Shit.
we don't necessarily know the inner workers of their business, but they still got fighters and they still
Nah, they
doing it and
losing
they gonna
money
still
and
get the
they
program.
getting dropped from channels. They doing everything that y'all saying
I
Devin's
mean,
doing and he gonna have to stick somewhere. And
everybody's
y'all
moving to the zone,
PBC
bro.
doing that same thing.
Top Rank got
Exactly.
dropped. Top Rank got dropped. Showtime shut it
Shit.
down. HBO shut it down. What do you mean? It's like PBC is just like the other ones that was doing boxing.
PBC
They're
don't
all
got
moving
no
to the
budget.
zone
That's
and
what I
Paramount
think.
Plus.
Amazon ain't get them no
Oh,
budget.
they are
That's what I
saying
think it is.
PBC is a sinking fucking ship. Period.
I
Hey,
mean,
Blaze. Overall, for like the last 20 years,
Get the fuck out of here, man.
who be having the best fighters? I mean, pound for pound, Top Rank or PBC?
We about to get the
I
PBC
mean, bro, I don't
gangbangers
like
in
I
the
It's been
chat.
said,
top
They
I
gonna
don't,
rank.
I
be
I
don't,
can't
I don't,
lie. It's
I
been
don't,
Top
they
top
Rank
about
I
to
rank.
is
be in the
Top
don't.
chat
Rank.
ripping their
It's
shirts
Top
Top
off.
Rank
rank.
for sure.
Yeah, but
Top
Top Rank for
Top
rank.
Rank
sure.
was platformed with ESPN. Like they was the ones that was most
What?
consistently doing events and having boxing like for years. Remember Tuesday night fights, Thursday night fights. Remember they platformed the Contender. Like nah, they was on ESPN, homie.
Top
You
Yeah.
know what I'm
Rank,
saying?
Top Rank
They
been
had
having the
boxing
best
every
fighters.
week. They've been having the most fighters. You
Yeah,
feel
they've
me?
had the
Back in
best
the day,
fighters.
that's what I'm saying. They
Yeah.
was fighting. Look, what they fighting twice a week, 2 times a week, Tuesday night fights,
Hey, they
Friday night fights.
folded though, man. They
You feel me?
folded.
Nah, they just the sports entertainment
They
folded.
couldn't
Nah,
TV
maintain.
folded.
I said just 20 years though. Just 20 years.
TV
Just 20
folded.
years.
Flyer. That's why everybody's moving to these streaming services. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's like Paramount Plus, and then you see the Zone and all of that. Like the pay-per-view really model's
No,
dying.
but ESPN is on there too. That's an app too. ESPN
Yeah,
Plus.
Yeah.
but what I'm talking about is with ESPN and them guys actually funding boxing, platform and boxing.
No, I see where you coming from, Blaze. It's moving into the subscription game.
It's the
Everything
subscription
about
game, bro.
subscribers.
Because the pay-per-view, we steal it, bro. Like straight
Yeah.
up. Like it's just like it's just like the CDs and shit with Napster in 2000. It's the same thing with streaming with the pay-per-views. That's why it's like the numbers ain't really legit, bro. Since like 2016. Now you see the model is a subscription. That's why Paramount Plus, see the thing with Paramount Plus is they got like, damn, I forgot how many people they got. Like, is it like 80 million subscribers? They got like
But
80
that's the
million
thing
subscribers
though.
over
How
there.
do that work though?
You
Do it
know,
work like network
Netflix got like
television
300
though?
something or something.
You know
Now
where
what it
with
is no, because they got already got like major advertisers and the funding on the front end of them streaming services. Because they get subscriptions per year. You feel me? Because so they can see the money. So I'm saying? So it'd be like when they platform this boxing and they put on these events, they put the viewership matter because 40 million people watch Canelo versus Crawford on TV.
hey,
So I'm saying on
I want to
Netflix.
find. We need to find out if when they doing it subscription based like the Zone is doing. Do the network uh supply the budget? Do they supply a budget? That's what we
I
need to
think
know,
yeah, you're
because that's
dealing
what it
with the
sounds like
network.
is most likely the case.
Yeah, the
If
network got the
they
money.
not
Yeah, the
if they're
network.
not doing the pay-per-views, then the network they should be picking up the slack. With
Because just think about it. Just think about it, Flyer. You can answer your own question. You got pay-per-views, and then you got, these just, just like ESPN, Tuesday night fights, Friday night fights. The Zone has fights every Saturday that you don't gotta pay. It's just in the
Yeah, but
subscription.
I'm talking about with the Zone, you can get the base subscription, right? With the
Yeah.
Zone, but then they make you pay I think it's $15 more, and then you can get all the pay-per-views. So where do
Yeah.
that 15 who do that $15 go to? You know what I'm saying?
It goes to
I'm
the
thinking it
network,
go
and
to
then
the network, but
it
that's
goes to
why
the
I'm saying the
network first, and
network
then they
must
divvy
be
out how much money.
supplying a
Yeah.
budget to the promotional companies and stuff.
What
Yeah,
what
they gotta
hey
make the
Blaze,
cards.
if I
So it's
heard
money there.
Paramount.
They trying to act like it ain't no money. It's money there. I could
Well,
smell
I
it.
heard Paramount gave Zuffa like what $8 billion. I heard that it was.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I
Did
said,
you
I don't
hear
know the
that?
inside the budget
They
yet
got
or
Oh
they
budgets
yeah, I
they
is
don't know.
putting
big,
out
but you
some
gotta
kind of
see. Look
budget.
though.
They
CBS
putting
Yeah,
the
owns
budget
sometimes
Paramount.
people
now.
got money, just ain't got none for you. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. It's just the
That's
budget.
high. That's the real life.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I'm not. I'm
yeah.
talking about. I'm talking about if they supplying the budget, they supplying it to the promotional company. So that's what I'm saying. Like like they gotta be paying they gotta be paying them in order for them to pay the fighters. The fighters
But
is not gonna
Exactly.
fight for
Yeah.
free.
but
So
Yeah.
you
they
know what?
money
Exactly.
I
gotta
want to
come
tell
from
you something.
somewhere.
Even about it's just like any sports business or whatever. The owners they will collude and they will blackball people. It happens on all levels of sports: baseball, football, basketball. And it could be a issue that they may be blackballing Devin until Devin decides to play ball, and they'll do that. They'll freeze you out because you know what? Your money's going to run out before theirs, and those are the facts. You know what I mean? And they'll freeze you out. And that's just part of boxing. I promise you, you'll get frozen out if you don't play
Yeah.
ball.
I'm not saying he's being blackballed. I don't know, but just like I just looking at the facts, the fact is he's not signed with a major promotional company,
Y'all know
and
what's
who he was
crazy?
dealing business with is out
Shakur not
because of the
signed
war.
either. Both of them.
That's why I'm saying they're independent contractors and they got to sign, bro, or they're not getting no fights no time soon.
Now
They
watch.
don't
Now
have to,
watch.
man.
Now
You
watch. If
you
this is true,
you
hold
sound
up.
like you crumbling under the pressure from the machine, man. Just
No,
just
you
just
sign a
chill,
one
bro. They
you
got
sign a
this,
one
man.
fight deal. That's what you do.
They could
You
fight a
sign a one
flat-footed
fight deal.
Mexican or
That's
something,
it.
bro.
One
No,
fight
watch
deal.
this. No, watch this. Watch this. Now, if that's true, now watch everybody be saying, "Oh, these two fighters, Shakur and Devin, is ducking everybody because the fight ain't happened yet." When whole time, if
No,
they being blackballed.
Don't
we
nobody
ain't
care
gonna say
about them
that.
Watch,
We
saying
ain't gonna
that,
say
man.
that. We don't care about
watch,
that
They
over here.
saying
Not
that
in this
already.
space.
They
They're
gonna
saying it
say that
watch.
already.
already. It don't
They're
matter.
already saying that, bro. We don't care.
I can tell
They're
you a
both
fighter who got
ducks.
blackballed. Demetrius Andrade got blackballed, and it'll happen to you. I promise you, bro. If you don't play
Oh
ball
nah,
these
nah.
networks, you
No,
don't get
he
on
got
board.
cooked by
They
David
will
Benavidez.
blackball
That's
you.
what happened to him.
They will blackball you. They'll blackball you.
They did
Well,
that to
look.
Bud too, though.
They did it.
I'll say
Andre
this.
Ward, he got caught up in his promotion company. He got jammed up. Mikey Garcia, they set them dudes on the shelf for years, man. There's no boxer that's
Well,
bigger than the
Blaze,
sport.
I'll tell you this, Blaze. I got
Well,
a
it
new
seems like
list.
they are because their career's still panning out even after they've been blackballed, just like Bud.
I mean, Andrade's gone though. We don't know what's happening to him.
Yeah,
I'm just
Andrade,
They
saying.
but
they need you,
I
bro.
Andrade gone.
no, we need a 4 fight deal with Eddie, and the four
Shout
fights
out
is
to
going
Two
to
Cents
be
See,
Boxing in the
that's what I'm
building.
saying. Go ahead and
yeah
sign
no
with Batroom,
yeah
man.
we do a 4 fight deal with Eddie, and the 4 fights will be Stanionis, Gabe Rosado, Arnold Barbosa, and Tiger Johnson. That's what we give you, and we
He
gonna knock
said,
all
"Yo,
them
Two
niggas
Cents
out.
Boxing said y'all acting like
And
somebody
then y'all
owes
gonna run
Devin
off on the
something.
plug and get the
We
super.
No,
gonna
y'all
knock all
acting
them
Then y'all
like
gonna
niggas
fight
Devin
out.
owes
Boots.
somebody something."
Yeah, we gonna knock all them dudes off and tune up our skills, and then we'll go back into the big fights. That's what we
That's what
gonna
I'm
do.
saying,
And
bro.
then go fight
Like,
Yep,
Boots.
Yeah,
tune up our skills.
fight some flat-footed Mexicans or something.
That's it. That's it.
Go
That's
on the
it.
Euro
exactly. I'm
tour.
up
You know
with
what I'm
that.
saying?
I'm with
Yep.
that. Yeah,
Yep.
let's cherry pick.
Hey,
Y'all
hey,
Let's
suck
take
every
one out of
cock on
Tank
here that's
book.
doing it.
hey, Andre, we might go
Let's take one out of Tank textbook.
hey,
Right.
if they lucky, we might fight Karen if they lucky. You know what I'm
They
saying?
slurp him off.
We
Yeah, we're
might,
gonna show you
yeah.
how to deal with Karen. We got footwork and a jab. We're gonna show you how to deal with Karen properly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, handle Karen. We might do that. That's the biggest it might be. You know what I'm saying?
You
We
what
gonna
he
play our
don't Devin
game.
don't
Nah, we
got no
gonna fight.
mandatory for
Nah,
like
nigga,
another 9 months, right?
we gonna fight Josecito Lopez. That's what we gonna fight, goddamn
Oh yeah.
shit.
You know what?
Fuck out of
Yeah.
here.
Yep. Yep. Gabe
The
Rosado,
thing about Devin has a
Arnold
minimum
Barbosa.
amount that he's going to take. Devin's not going to fight for peanuts. If Devin don't like the number, he's not getting in the ring.
And he
If he
ain't gotta
getting money off
move.
the back end, he'll take it though.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Devin is selling more than half of these goddamn fighters. I'm sorry. I don't give a fuck what nobody talking about. I don't give a damn. Like, come on now. Like, we ain't about to do this.
Hey, you heard what
But
Alexa
listen,
say?
it's not just him.
Alexa
You
know what
gotta
it
sell a
is,
whole
man.
card. You
Hey,
gotta pay
hey,
a
two
whole
cents.
card. You gotta pay a
Hey, two
co-main.
cents. What color you want your shirt? Because I'm finna place an order with Flyer, and two
You know
cents
she
says
want green, man. That's
she
his
want
favorite
green.
You
color.
gotta pay. Phase, y'all
You
gotta
know
pay
she
a
Oh,
want
co-main.
green, bro.
hey,
Whatever,
You
two
whatever
saying?
cents.
fingernail, hey, whatever fingernail polish Tank is using.
Hey, that
Hey,
nigga
but you
probably do
see
paint
Top
and
Ray.
shit.
Hey, you see Top Ray got they fighters fighting.
But she like Ryan too. I
You see
think
Top
Ryan's
Ray.
favorite color might be orange though.
Yeah,
show
yeah,
her the
yeah,
shirts, Flyer, so she could pick her
yeah. I
color.
think Ryan's not a
Hey,
racist.
Nah, you need to switch that shirt. You need to switch it to where he's taking a knee. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
No, you see
With
the
some
Dang,
grease
skull
in
and
his eye.
crossbone right next to the knee, right there, bro.
With some
dang,
show the
killing.
Tank a
with some
Maniac
grease
shirt.
in his eye. Where the grease in
Tank
the eye at? Where the grease at?
No, this not
Hey,
Tank. This the Tank of Maniacs, man. They ripping their shirts off,
what
bro.
y'all need to.
Facts. I
Shit.
like it. I
Had
like
him
That's a
on
that
that
nice
shirt.
knee.
shirt. That's a nice shirt. That is a nice shirt, Flyer.
Hey, Phase. Hey, Phase. You see
All
top rank
colors,
fighters is fighting.
cop up, 2 cents.
Rainbow edition colors. Yeah,
You hear me,
Yeah.
Phase?
Yeah, nigga.
Yeah, I told 2 Cents. She said she'll wear a shirt if I get it for her. I said I get it, but you can't do nothing crazy to the shirt. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't do nothing crazy to the shirt. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
we got
saying?
the front foot Shakorian shirts too.
Yeah, because I swear that's his superpower. That's his superpower. I don't care what you say. He know how to control you with that front foot. I don't care what you say. His front foot is never out of place, ever.
yeah. I want to see him fight
Who
Raymond
said
Moore-Tyler. I
Devin
think that's
more
a pretty
boring
good
than
fight.
Shakur?
Yeah,
He
that's a
No,
good
stopped
fight.
sipping
hell no,
Kool-Aid, bro.
hell no.
That's a
Still
good
want to
fight.
see it.
Devin way more entertaining than
Sipping that
Shakur. I'll
Kool-Aid.
say that. I'm sorry.
You think so?
Hell
We
yeah.
want to see Devin fight Shakur, but the
Devin
problem
more
Yeah, I
is
want to
entertaining.
see that. Yeah, that's a good fight.
Dranos don't want to come down to a catch weight,
Jake
and
Grant
Shakur don't
Jr.
want to fight without a rehydration clause. See,
Salute,
I hold
bro.
them both because look, both of them. See, here's my thing. Devin
There you
put
go right
Shakur
there.
on his list. Devin got people from 135 to 154 on his list. So when you got the list, you
Mayora,
need to go
salute.
where they at and stay on your list, and
I
you'll
just
fight them.
told you the list, Blaze. I just told you the list. We got a
Nah,
new list.
nah, nah. Well,
Gabe
what's no,
Rosado,
no.
Arnold Barbosa, Stanionis, and Karen Kukajan just for the grand finale.
And I
That's the grand
appreciate you
finale
taking off
right
the.
Now,
there.
how
Remember,
about
phase. Remember, I
how
take
about
you. When you take them off the
liquor
list,
store
I ain't
Willie,
tripping.
liquor store Willie? Who else we got? We
Charleston
got
White.
gas station Carl.
All you gotta do is
Uh,
fight
Charleston.
Boost resume, and
Wa-
then they say you're the most dangerous fighter in the world.
That's
That's all
all
you
you
gotta
gotta
do.
do. That's
Hey,
all
dig
you
the
Yeah.
gotta
link for
do.
the Tank of
Avenesian.
Maniac
Give us
t-shirts
Avenesian.
in the
Home
chat
Depot,
now.
Nah,
Cop
Home
that.
y'all
Depot
need
Howard.
avocado. Y'all need avocado on y'all record for sure.
Yeah, we need Avenesian. Give us Avenesian.
But look, you gotta get you can't just get the knockout down of the year phase. You gotta get them out of there in three
Oh no,
on the
we
snack.
gonna oh we getting
You
them
got
out
to
of
get them
there.
out of there in three.
We
You got
getting
to get them
Boost
out of there in
How
three.
about the leftover
Boost got
shirt?
them out of
You
there
should
in
make a
five.
shirt by with the leftovers. Whoever owned it, just recycle the leftovers because that's all we be getting a lot of time. Joe just fighting the same fights.
Hey, dig
I
go the
mean
hoodies right there, y'all. The Tank of Maniac hoodies. Link is in the chat right there.
yeah, let's go on the bum bash, man. Let's just knock all them dudes out, man. Sharpen up our tools, get a
All
signature
leftovers.
punch. Yeah, let's get a signature punch, uppercuts to the body. Let's tear these dudes up, man, like we sparring.
Leftover Larry. Yeah,
Let's,
let's
Hey,
fight leftover
who
Larry.
was Gary Antoine Russell signed to?
Man, Gary
PBC.
be doing a lot. Gary's a hater, man. That dude
He
be
a
Dig go
doing a
the
lot
PBC
of
front foot
hating,
fighter.
bro.
Shakorian t-shirts right there too.
He a
PPC. All
PBC
right.
fighter.
All
Yeah,
right.
Devin,
Bet.
go
Gary be
fight in the UK. Devin, go fight somewhere. Go fight Jack Catterall in the UK. We'll beat the shit
Now
out of
I
Jack
think that
Catterall.
Catterall. Hey, that's Catterall. No, look. That's the fight that y'all should take because Catterall is trained by Bozy.
Catterall
You feel
about to
me?
fight Giasoff though.
Yeah,
So you
yeah.
beat you fight Catterall. Yeah, he's about to fight Giasso. But see if Devin Haney fought Catterall and beat him, then y'all could say, hey, Bozy can't get
No,
his right.
man. I
Bozy
think
can't
Devin
get keep
Haney should
Boots right
slide
for
over.
me.
I'm telling you, I think Devin Haney should slide over to Zuffa boxing and fight and beat Conor Ben real quick. You
Yep.
know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And
Yeah,
then
that's the
Yep.
fight.
after that, he can fight Richardson Hitchens because he over there
Yep.
That's what I
too.
was
Yep.
thinking.
Yep.
And
Yep.
That's the
that'll
fight, Trail.
satisfy the deal right there. You know, they
Yep.
guarantee you, a fight every 6 months. So he should sign a 1 year contract with them. Fight deal real quick. You know what I'm saying? Slide over there and get that money.
No,
And then maybe by that time, Shakur won't need a rehydration clause. Shakur be ready to just come up to 147. he'll be a little more confident in his front foot against Devin.
Hey, so look, I was telling y'all, Keyshawn stayed at 140 to fight Nahir Albright, even though Nahir Albright missed weight You feel me? Fighting Frank at 140. So after he washes Albright, who is Keyshawn fighting next?
He need to
He
fight a
ain't dusting
champion.
Albright off, man. He about to get
Man,
cooked
listen,
by a
he's
singing
stopping. He's
knucker,
stopping. He's
a
stopping
Nah,
singing
Albright.
he ass
ninja.
out. He ass
He's
out.
stopping.
He ain't
He's
got
stopping
no fight.
Albright.
He
Come on,
ass out. The
man. You
boxers, the
saw you
boxers
saw what
being
happened to
reset.
Frank Martin, man.
I like Wu, man, but Wu, I mean, I think
You saw what
Keyshawn.
Wu did to Frank
I like
Martin, man. He
Wu.
about to
Hey,
keep
I'm
it.
a
He about to keep
fan.
it going.
I'm a
Keyshawn's about to
fan,
stop
man.
now here, bro.
I'm a fan of
Respectfully.
Wu.
I
I'm a
He
know he's
about
fan
to
about
of
to get
keep
Wu.
stopped
keep it
though.
going. Then he gonna sing at the end.
He's about to get
Hey,
stopped,
He
homie.
hey, Blaze. If Wu go the distance, what you gonna say?
Huh? I'm gonna say
Mm.
he's tough. I'm gonna
I'm
say he's
not gonna
tough.
be
He's an
surprised.
unorthodox fighter, and he got heart, and he's capable of
He's the
doing it.
truth. He
But
the truth.
but no, I don't think so. I
Yeah,
don't
he
think
already.
Keyshawn at
Hey,
140. No,
Keyshawn
Keyshawn's gonna
should
stop him.
no.
Wu about
Keyshawn
to get Wu
should
about to
stop him.
give Keyshawn some
Man,
adversity, bro.
Oh,
That's what's gonna
Keyshawn
nah,
should
happen.
homie.
stop him.
He should
Keyshawn
stop him,
should
No,
but
stop him. He
he's
Albright
should.
gonna
already
stop
went the
him.
distance with him too, though. So we got to take that
Yeah.
I hear
into.
the mentality and all
But
of that, but listen, though, that's why I'm telling you. It's like, look, bro, I'm looking at the skill and looking at who's been getting better, and then I'm looking at
Yeah.
the fight at 135, and I'm looking at the fight at
Yeah.
140, homie. When Keyshawn sit on them
Yeah.
shots when I hear, he's going down, homie, and he'll take him to
But
the deep end. One thing
Albright,
about Keyshawn don't gas out in the later rounds.
but
See what I'm
let me tell
saying?
you this, Blaze. This Albright superpower that he got. Albright thing is to not let you get what you want.
yeah,
You know what I mean? It's like I
Yeah,
know how to defend myself, homie. You not hitting me with your big right. You not
but
hitting me with that. You
but
might
listen, if
jab,
he's tired.
you might get off, but I'm not letting you hit me with your
if
best stuff.
if he's tired like he
With
was
your best
against Frank
shot.
Martin, if he's tired like he was against Frank Martin, and after 8, he's about to go to sleep, homie. What are you talking about? He gave spin that mouthpiece out ain't gonna save him, homie.
Oh yeah, he was,
Spin that
man.
mouth
Why
out,
was he
spin that
doing
mouthpiece
that?
out. Listen, that's where y'all go like the physicality of it, bro.
That's
You
why he
watch
lost
this
the
guy.
fight, spitting that mouthpiece
Because he
out.
spit in the mouth, but he needed the air
Yeah.
though. That's why I respected him for it. He needed to spit that mouthpiece to get the air to get the time because he was getting rocked and then he was rocking them back.
He was rocking them
S-
back. Yeah, he was rocking
But
them back.
Keyshawn punches harder than that.
Yo, rude exposure
He
Keyshawn
said
and
Bill
does.
and Devin
he's
don't
more
think
accurate.
nothing like y'all. I
And
don't
he's
know if he
more
talking to
accurate.
somebody in the chat or is he talking to us up here.
Man, that's
Nah,
you
they
Hanos
don't.
playing. You know who he talking
They
to. You
don't.
know who he talking to. He
You
talking
know
to yo.
why? Because I heard Bill say it too. Bill was on there and he was talking about the Xander fight, and then Bill said, all these people calling in on the boxing voice, and then Bill was like, man, we doing all this, but it leaves me to wonder, do the fans really
Yo, what
appreciate this
happened?
stuff?
Nope, they
You know
don't.
what I mean?
Not at
He
all,
said
brother. Not
Bill
at
was like, do
all.
the so
Yo, the joint acting weird. I'm trying to put
Bill,
Coach
so
Eddie back on the stage. It won't let me.
So my thing is, Bill, if you understand the fans and people ain't appreciating this, flat footed Mexican tour.
Hey,
Let's get
listen, I
it.
know y'all, but we
You
know
know what I'm
y'all do it
saying?
because you see what
Let's
y'all
get
did
it.
with Ramirez.
Let's
Y'all
get
Let's
it.
get
literally
it.
just won't engage. So we know y'all don't care
Let's
about the
get it.
Let's
fans.
get it.
That's why
Let's
it's
Let's
gonna
get
be
get
it.
hard
it.
for y'all to get contracts though.
Cherry picks, man.
You
Cherry
feel me?
picks. Let's get it.
Cherry picks. Tiger Johnson. Come on,
Y'all
Tiger.
suck up every nigga that's cherry
Whoop
picking
y'all
out this
at.
motherfucker, but y'all act
Nah,
like y'all got
nah,
standards with every other fighter. Like, fuck
nah,
out of
bro.
here,
I don't
man.
I don't know who you talking about with that
Nah,
struggle shit.
man.
You feel me? Because it's like with me, I'm just talking about the business with y'all. Check it out. Real talk. The thing
Hey,
is
Coach,
They
what
don't
happened,
just
appreciate it.
Coach?
hey
Like I
man,
said, just
hey
like
man, check
FaZe
this
said,
out.
they don't appreciate it at
If it
all.
Nah,
booted
here's
you,
what
They
y'all
don't
just
what y'all
come
don't
back
appreciate it.
real
understand.
quick. I'll put you back
Y'all
up. I don't know
understand
what
business.
happened.
Y'all understand business on the highest level. Y'all understand enough to know that, hey man, these major promotional companies don't like when you independent and do it your way.
No,
That's
they
why they didn't
don't.
like Bud. They didn't like Bud, and Bud pulled the ice one. You feel me? Bud cherry picked Canelo. Bud had his hardest fight in his career was against Madrigal,
come on
tricked
now. You
Canelo
you
into
you
into
gonna say
taking the
he
The
fight.
cherry picked
fans was
Canelo?
hyping up Canelo
Man, listen,
Crawford.
he
The
sized
fans was
them up.
doing
Get out of
that.
here, man.
He sized them up. He
We not
sized them
finna
up
forget,
No,
bro.
and
the
No,
ran him
no,
off for
fans.
Blaze.
No, no,
$50
no,
You
no, no,
not
no,
million.
no,
finna
no,
let that
no.
get
This
cut
is
off.
what happened. No, 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 no,
You
no.
not.
This is
You can't
exactly
let
what
this get cut
happened.
off,
Hold
What
Blaze.
up, hold
no,
up, hold
what you
up.
mean? Bill gave him the game. How dare you
Nah, that
argue
don't
with me
mean
about
nothing.
this?
That don't mean nothing.
Bill
This
told
is
him.
what happened.
Bro.
Nah, nah, this is what really happened.
I
When
was at the fight.
Crawford did his thing against Errol Spence and then he beat Madrimov, everybody had him on his pedestal. But he was the man. But you still had Canelo out there who you know what I'm saying, who's still doing his thing. So they was always talking about putting them two up together because those were the biggest names as far as fights go, and they put them together. That ain't got nothing to do with no cherry picking at all.
Hey man, listen, man. What I'm trying to tell you is this, man. This is what I'm trying to tell you because you're missing the point. You got caught up with the cherry pick and missed what this whole point of my conversation was about. It's about being independent. When Bud broke away from Top Rank, forced to fight with Spence, got with Turkey, pulled the move of Madrimov, then negotiated by himself to fight with Canelo, and was convinced he was going to win because when he sized him up, he was like, "Hey man, I can get him."
And then,
What do you mean?
but look, Blaze, this is what I'm talking about.
That's what happened.
All the Mexicans and all the Rasa and Canelo, even himself. Oh, he's not on my level. He's not. Bud was the underdog, and everybody want to say he cherry picked.
I
Bud
Right.
know. I
whoops
was there.
ass. Bud
I
whoops
was
Exactly.
there.
ass.
He
Bud
Exactly.
whoops
did, and
ass.
he got hella tape. And with who be talking about the tape? You got, there's hella tape on Bud. Bud
Oh,
did
No,
hella
no,
hella
fights
tape.
no.
on Bud.
Hey, Blaze, let me say this. Let me say this.
HBO Bud.
Let me say this.
HBO Bud, the
Just
Come
real
on,
cause
man.
Bud.
no, just cause he
Yeah,
got the
Bud's
game.
almost 40 years old. He should have a lot of tape on him, man. He's been
Hold
No,
on.
we
in this
talking
game
about
for a
like
long time.
what you can see
Ooh.
on YouTube. That's all we
Hold
talking
Yeah,
on,
about.
y'all.
Bud
Let
been in the game
Joseph
for a
get it,
long
y'all.
Let me
time,
say
man.
Hold
this.
on.
Let me say this. Let me say this. Just you saying that he got the game from Bill Haney. Well, Bill Haney told the nigga to look at the nigga again, this and that. That don't mean that shit was a cherry pick. He just had all the
No.
dimensions to
What?
beat him.
Hold
That's
up.
it.
You know when I listen, bro. You know when I say that that's rage bait. You know what it was. You know he really whooped that boy and was really better skilled than that boy, and it was really competitive, and everybody thought Bud was gonna lose. I just say that because everybody wants some type of excuse for all the wins of Bud. So let the excuse be for Bud against Canelo that he cherry picked him. See what I'm saying?
Goddamn.
No,
Hey,
I
That's it.
can't rock
Blaze.
with that.
I
Blaze, I'm
went
just
to the
sitting
fight.
here. I'm sitting here watching Tank and Leonardo Santa Cruz. Tank knocked that dude smooth out.
Man, listen though, Tank with the thing with Tank, bro. Tank is got the one hitter quitter, but he boxes into a one hitter quitter. That's why he's the guy. That's why people can
But
hate all
but
they
but
want.
Tank but Tank but Tank gets hit a lot. But Tank gets hit a
But
lot.
listen though,
But what
check
I'm gonna
this
say
out.
about this, but Blaze, let me say this to you.
Man,
I
Tank
want
ain't
you to
fighting
cook on
nobody
this.
we want to see, man.
I want you to cook on this, Blaze. When people always got all this stuff to say about Bud, but if you turn on the tape, it's
The
just
tape, bro.
undeniable. It's just undeniable.
The
So why do
phase.
they
I
do
went to the
that?
phase. I went to the fight knowing Bud was gonna beat Canelo. I was there, bro. I argued with everybody for months on these panels, bro, and said, "Hey, man, if Bud take this snack and he came from 188, I said if Bud come in at 167, 166 or 167, and he put it on right, oh, it's gonna be a problem for Canelo." And sure enough, that snack pack, that nigga, that
See,
nigga
this what I
rehydrated on that
this
boy
what
and
I
got
hate.
busy.
This what I hate. It's a multiple fighters on snack, but y'all only mentioned Devin Haney
But
and,
no,
and
listen, bro.
Bud Crawford.
No,
And
but
Bud
listen
I
though,
swear to
Crawford
listen to me.
God.
Hey, bro,
and
I
listen
swear
to
to
Clarissa
this though.
God.
I
Shields
get
No,
I
but
irritated.
swear
listen
to
to me.
God.
and
I get
Why you
Boots.
get
irritated.
upset
Boots.
about the why are you
Yeah.
upset about the snack? I'm not knocking it. What I'm
No,
knocking is the
because
boy's nutrition and putting it together.
Bam Rodriguez is on snack. David
Yep.
Benavidez,
Mm,
he got Mimo
Snack is a
Marijuana,
wholesome
and
supplement,
nobody
bro. It
says
ain't no
nothing.
PEDs, man.
Hey, bro. Hey, bro. Check this out. I'm not knocking him for it. I'm talking about his nutrition, bro. Nutrition is inside of the name of snack, bro. Like I'm not knocking his supplements, bro. What I'm telling you is he went up from 147 and was at 166 with 167 muscle
But
and
he
whooped
had a whole
Canelo.
year to train. See, that's what y'all missing out.
I'm
Y'all
not
forget
just putting it on
he
stat. Hey,
training
bro, check
for a
this
whole
out,
He
bro.
had
I'm
like
just talking.
15
Hey, bro,
months.
I just be
15
clowning, bro.
months.
Check this out. I'm
No,
just
I
be
know, I
clowning,
know,
bro.
I
I
know, I
don't
know what
even.
you're
It's
saying,
rage
Blaze.
bait,
Yeah, I
bro.
know what you're saying, Blaze.
Jonathan, I ain't
Nah,
taking it away. This is what the haters do to
yeah,
Bud. I
yeah,
just be
yeah, yeah,
joking
yeah,
with this shit.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Bud
yeah. We
trained.
know,
Bud said
Blaze.
he was gonna have 7 months in advance. Bud went up to 186 and came down to 168.
And you,
Bud
And I
went
and
up
told
there
them
with no
cats to blame
rehydration
it on
clause
snack.
too. No
I was
catch
But
telling
weight
them
Bud
to
is
blame
neither.
it on
Bud has
snack when he
always
win.
been a
Bud the
hundred and
greatest,
seventy
man.
70 pound fighter, 170,
hmm
175 pound fighter. He's always
Hey,
been walking
Bud the
around that way.
greatest, man.
and,
Hey,
and
Bomac
but
yo,
then,
yo,
said
but
it's
then,
two
Bomac
but
said this
then,
o'clock,
dude could
y'all.
have been fighting
I'm about to
68
shut it down, y'all.
5 years ago. All right,
All
bro.
right,
all right,
I'm
Murph.
about to shut it down
All
on
right, bet.
y'all.
All right,
Yo,
coach.
I
All
apologize.
right, Dre.
All right,
Oh,
salute,
I'll
man.
at you. Yep.
Yup.
yeah, my bad, y'all. I'm tired though, man. Yo, salute to everybody who showed up, man. I appreciate y'all. And Dre, yeah, come back again, man. You know, it was a pleasure having you here, man. And all of y'all in the chat, man, make sure y'all smash the like button on the way out, man. I see 40 people in here, man, but I know it ain't nowhere near 40 likes though, because y'all be doing me dirty out here, man. Let me see. Yeah, it's only half that, like a little over half. Yeah, I got 26 likes. It's 40 people in the building, man. Y'all sticking to the walls and stuff, not even hitting the like button, man. Smash the like button on y'all way out, man. And I'll catch y'all tomorrow, man. Salute.